Yeah.
Oh, I hear you.
It's good stuff.
There we go. For some reason, my microphone settings went to default instead of the link system. So,
To deep
And
Let's-
did you sort out the voice chat as well?
yeah, it's all in one thing. So
Okay, cool.
there you go. See, it's moving.
Yeah, the system in it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all back. Sorry about the technical difficulty. I didn't know it was broken until we started. We are live. Welcome to episode 3 of the Tacky Toasted Tray podcast. West
Love.
podcast.
like you barely could say it.
I need to get back in the groove of
Oh.
things. It's been a while. Stuff's happening and
All right,
all
Madonna.
sorts. But I'll hand you over to Resco while I look at something quickly. Over to you, Resco.
Yes. So
Okay.
the first thing I want to talk about is a bit not very topical anymore because it was 4 weeks ago now and we missed the last week. But the Who Wants a Soda racing team, newly formed, competed in its first race, a 24-hour race, no less. And I feel like we should talk about that because it is the WWAS podcast. And yes, I see 2 of our drivers are already in chat. We competed in the Race for a Cause 2025, hosted by Prismatic Motorsports, and raised money for Belong to Ireland. And what was the final amount that was raised? Not by WAS specifically, but just in general by the whole event. It was 6,179 euros and 69 cents, which is nice. And I can't even remember the position now. They were top 10, wasn't it? I can't even remember. It's been so long already. I can't remember what position the car finished, but I'm pretty sure it was top 10. P9 says Che. Okay, thank you. I should really remember that, but whoops. Yeah, so a fantastic run, beating the Mirai car, which I was driving. So clearly I'm washed. Yeah,
Hang on.
Waz
So
is
you were
better than
competing
Mirai.
against yourself with the WAS car as well?
Yeah, I was like Denny Hamlin in NASCAR, who drives for one team but is team owner of another team and competes against his own team that he co-owns with Michael Jordan of all people.
So you weren't driving the WAS car, you were driving for me right in that one.
Yes, yeah. I almost moved across, but when Pluto put her hat into the ring for that, there was enough, so I stayed in the Mirai car, which was a bit of a clown car with many people. I probably still could have moved across, but I think the team in the WAS car had a fun time anyway.
Interesting.
So yeah, that was a great run, and I would like to. Not sure shared chat is working properly. Arrow, did you accept? Oh no, I didn't start shared chat. Okay, now we have shared chat.
You.
Yes.
So it was your fault, not mine for once.
That one was my fault.
Yes.
That's the first time.
Also, I don't see the YouTube chat in my combined chat, which is kind of weird. But hello, Ozzy, in the YouTube chat.
I have to have it open. Oh, we've got someone in the YouTube.
Yeah, we got Ozzy.
Oh, we've got someone.
We've got someone. We've
Like
got
we
someone.
never ever have
We
anyone.
got line and sinker. Did you say it was a charity thing as well, the racing? Because I heard money.
Yes. Yeah, we raised money
I
for
heard
Belong
money.
to.
Yes.
It was a charity race benefiting Belong to in the Republic of Ireland, which is like an LGBTQ plus charity, which is a meaningful charity to, in particular, one of the drivers of Prismatic. I think organization, if not that driver is Irish. But yes, lots of money raised for that. They smashed the original target they had for the event and smashed the previous year's target, the previous year's total, I should say, which was the first running of the event. They smashed that by a long way. And
Nice.
Partly thanks to Who Wants a Soda. And we got loads of
We
talk
helped the
on
smashing.
we got loads of mentions on the broadcast. There was a whole live broadcast on YouTube for the whole event, and they loved that name, Who Wants a Soda. They were constantly talking about, oh, what's everyone's favorite soda and stuff, while showing our car on the stream. So that was really, really, really cool to see, and I am very proud that that was a thing and that our 5 drivers represented WAS in that way. It was very cool, and I would love to do more.
Yeah,
uh,
that's pretty cool. Quite impressive.
yes.
Yes, the American name for the British people.
But you're not British.
Nah, I'm from somewhere.
Um, Yeah, no one knows,
No,
including
I was
Adelaide.
about to say a random country, but then I thought, hang on, maybe.
Well, then you have to prove that you're from that country.
Yes, I'll bring my passport. Yeah, I was gonna because obviously Reska talked about charity. I was gonna segue it to the other charity thing that we have on our list, which was the cyclothon. It's a couple of weeks ago now. On the 13th of April. Sea Dog VA and Chris Broad cycled from um oh, what's it called now? I've forgotten the name. Hokkaido. That's it.
Earth?
Hokkaido,
Japan. Oh,
Japan to Tokyo. So 15 days cycling, raising money for the IDF, the Immune Deficiency Defense. Defense? There was a
no, no, Immune Deficiency Foundation.
foundation. That's it. They call it the Iron Mouse Defense.
Wait, what?
That's why I got it confused there for a second. I'm using my marbles today. Excuse me.
As
Yes.
always.
So, through the cold of Hokkaido to the rainy places near Tokyo to then finish in Tokyo with a whopping over $1 million, which they broke last year's record, which were by $67, I think. They're still the link's still open anyway for a while. So yes, they smashed the million record on the last day, which everyone was
More
surprised
smashing,
about.
nice.
Yes, and it makes me want to
That's
pick up a bike now and do cycling.
Big
well,
fun.
yeah. When are we getting the Adaro Cyclothon, eh?
Yes, the
Yeah.
one we've been planning for a while. No, we will. It is in the works. We are talking about it. My little WAS adventure with bikes. But yeah, I was proud of the everyone that was involved. PewDiePie showed
Thank
up.
you.
Gaunt showed up. They actually had Iron Mouse show up. She was on an iPad strapped to the bike, she was talking to them, singing as well on the trick. It was just a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching all the VODs the next day because obviously they were live during the time where I'd be asleep. So I had their VODs on in the background and it was quite enjoyable. I do say so.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about it, so I don't even know who any of the people are, to be honest. So it's just like, yes, random people are doing charity, which is great. Why wouldn't it be?
You must know PewDiePie.
Who's PewDiePie?
Okay,
No,
maybe
I do
not.
know
He's
PewDiePie.
being silly.
Well,
not-
that's
I
the only one I do
mean,
actually know.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
It's
he's
not like
obviously
I've
like
mentioned
way more
Sea Dog a
famous than
lot.
the rest, to be fair. But
Yeah, but I don't remember. When you mentioned stuff like that, you go on about a half an hour rant, and
Well, yes, that is
my
true.
brain just
Well,
implodes
you
on
must know
stuff.
who Iron Mouse is, right?
Iron Man, yeah, I've seen the films, loads of
I know who. Right, you can talk about your thing that I've seen written down here.
them. Which one? I got many.
The one I don't know. There wasn't one that really ties into the both charity events that we've just both
I don't need
picked.
to
Oh well, here we go.
tie in.
Cycling is sport, and speaking of sport, dive.
Yes. Oh yes, baby. The best thing to happen the entire year. Oh, Liverpool winning. Oh yes. It's been too long coming now. They deserved it. I mean, in all actual fact, their like last few games they played, they've been pretty shit. But like it's just been basic. I don't know how much Reska's more like to know a bit more like Man City have just been dominating for like the last what 3, 4 years. And then suddenly Liverpool coming in. Man City being terrible as well, doing absolutely awful this season. So they were. I actually thought there was a chance, like at one point, they were going to get relegated, which would have been, of course, fantastic news. But no, yeah, it's been as a Liverpool fan, of course, myself. As you somehow, if you didn't know I was a Liverpool fan by now, you definitely do now. But no, it's really like so good. And the thing is, right, it's when I was because I watched it well when you and I met up, Reska. it was on that day, of course. So
Oh
the
yeah.
the last game that would basically mean if Liverpool won, like they were against Tottenham, and if they won, they were the champions. Like that was it. And so I found myself in a bar, and I was like, I just thought, well, I'm gonna have to. I can't go home because it's too long to get back home, and then obviously this. So I found myself in a bar, and I sat like on the bar, which is very like modern day. You'd never get that anymore. So I was like actually on a stool by the bar, and the people sat next to me is man and woman, and they were just watching a game as well. And like I didn't want to ask them well like for whose fan they were, but obviously they're a fan of either a team. And I was just sort of sat there, and of course, as soon as like my boy Mo Salah scored, like Mo Salah, the best player ever, scored, like they were like, "Oh," like that, and I thought, oh shit, like is this like a Manchester fan or something? I thought this is going to be awful, but it turns out they're Tottenham fans, but they're Tottenham fans who hate every other team. So I was like, okay, so but then they were right with me because they're like, oh, it's fine. But and in this game, Liverpool beat Tottenham 5-1, so you can imagine that
What?
yeah, yeah, they absolutely thrashed Tottenham, like completely thrashed them. And you can imagine they were a bit pissed at that. But apart from that, no, it's really good. I mean, it's a bit of a shame, really, because you had, I mean, Liverpool's anthem of "You Never Walk Alone." Um, if I didn't have any sound on because it was at a bar, annoyingly, like I did ask them to put sound on, but they couldn't find the remote to do it.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, and it's so annoying. And of course, he had that, typical music on anyway. And yeah, they started. When I got back home, I watched like the end and like watched everything afterwards, and I couldn't believe like if you listen to the crowd at Anfield sing "You Never Walk Alone," it's like almost emotional. Like you get goosebumps. Like it's like a real because it means so much to these people more than it means to me. Like these people who actually go and watch every single game who live up in Liverpool. And it's crazy. Like you've never heard anything like it. Like a whole stadium. It's just so loud. But it's so impressive that they're all singing this song. The players are getting emotional as well. Like the crowd are getting emotional. It's like this is why I love sport because where else are you gonna get like something like that? Like where every single person is basically emotional simply because a team have won their sport. It's mad, and that's why like the Premier League, like here in England is just fantastic because and actually not just Premier League, just load of the other leagues as well in in sort of football, but like they're true passionate fans, and I just couldn't believe it. And I was just sat there just thinking like, wow, it shouldn't mean that much to me because it is just men kicking a ball around, but it is just so like I don't know. There's something about it. Like I wish I was there. Like I wish I was there just to hear them singing. Especially because it was at Anfield, it was at home. Like it's just so I don't know what the word is, but yeah, it was an emotional ordeal. But yeah, no, it's that is well, that's made my year. So that already made my year.
The crazy thing about that, I mean, it's not that crazy because most of
Those.
my sports are the same, bar one. And if you're a racing person here, you'll know which one I mean. You don't know which game is the championship game
No.
because it might not have been even at home, right? It could have been anywhere. It could have been the most. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
that's like the most random game. Like, it's not like they beat Man City in an amazing face-off. Like no, they beat Tottenham easily, which would have
Yeah, who
happened
are
at any point in
bad,
the
yeah.
season. Like it's kind of a. I know that's how a championship scored by points is won, but like F1 is the same, right? You don't know
Yeah.
which race will be the last
No,
one.
it could be the last, it could be, like, second to last, like, you have no idea. It could be way before that, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It really is, like, yeah, and it shouldn't I mean, I still think that they probably wouldn't have if Man City were on the form they had always been for the last few years, then there wouldn't have been I don't think we'd have won, but it's just yeah, there's something to be said about watching when football matters. It's like, well, you watch England, don't you, play? And
Hmm.
it's like when you watch that, there's something about it, isn't there? Like because there's
Yeah.
there's like a stake, there's you've got something to gain out of it. Like, I can understand it could be boring for someone who doesn't support anyone, and that's fair. But like, yeah, it's and just people like when you get behind England, it's mental. Like us getting to, like the final, like obviously the Euro, it's just insane. Like the
Oh yeah,
whole country.
that Euro final a few years ago, that was like the first time I'd watched any. Yeah, I watch a fair
Yeah,
bit of sport if you count racing, right? Like a lot of sport, but I'm watching impartially for the most
yeah,
part. Like that England final was the first time where I'm watching a sporting event with high stakes, where I genuinely have like a side and the emotion.
yeah,
like, do Premier League and maybe like NFL fans just go through this every week? Like,
yeah.
what's wrong with
Basically.
you?
Yeah, I mean that is it. Like, there's people that are just like, yeah, with of course any sport, just these diehard fans, these people that have this kind of emotion when your teams are there, and it's like even throwing back to the like the Super Bowl where I wanted the Eagles to win because I hate Kansas City Chiefs, but like go throwing back to that, I was like, that was crazy. The atmosphere there again, like wasn't even there, but like watching that was. Oh, it was amazing. Like, there's something so good about watching that compared to, like just watching a random game. It was so
Yeah.
like just the final. Oh, it's just super amazing. I'm just like, and that's what makes me want to go watch NFL because of that. I'm just like, oh, I really want to watch it now. It's sport is just all around sports brilliant. I just love it. I just love any kind of competition like that. Like cricket's starting again now. It sounds so English, so ridiculously English, but I love the cricket, so I'll be watching that as well. But oh, I just can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Cricket is something I've never managed to understand. I don't really know how it works, but it's yeah, one of
It's
those ones
good.
that's hard to get yourself into, I think.
Yeah, if you watch like the T20s, which are like they're 20 overs, which I'm not going to go into
Yeah,
explanation of overs.
what you just said makes no sense.
But that one's good because, like, as well, because it's a sunny day as well. It's usually because it's always in the summer, so it's usually a sunny day, and it's usually you get a few pints in you. Oh, it's just a good all time, and you get to like the crowd sing stupid songs, and they always play a song like at the end of every over. So there's 6 balls per over, basically. When they do that, they play like some sort of song, and it's usually Domino by Jesse J or something. Um, the typical playlist. But yeah, they just it's like a real party atmosphere, the T20, because it's quick cricket, not like the quick cricket you're probably thinking
Yeah.
of, but it's quicker than like the old, like it's not like a test match, it's all day. It's just
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much, way
That
too
that's
much.
in my head. That is what cricket is, but that's
Yeah.
yeah. That
No,
that
one day
is
you should
something that is
go to
kind of
T20. You probably enjoy it. It's a good once again, it's a really good atmosphere because obviously the local team, which I won't say who it is, but like the local county would be like that. The most of the people there are just in it for just the laughs and just for a real good
yeah.
time. So yeah, another good thing to watch. But yeah.
All right. Let's deviate from sports and go like to the complete opposite and full sat on your ass type shit. We're gonna talk about video games.
Esports though, esports, mate.
That's
It
just.
actually works.
For wow, yeah.
We need games now, please.
Sport is
Well,
game.
let's go with the one that is out and a guy I'm gonna kind of assume would
Me
have it.
again.
Well, I guess so, but I feel like it's a logical place to start with these. Um, The Elder Scrolls
Oh.
4. Yes, it's been over 10 years since The Elder Scrolls 5. And what did they finally come out with? Elder Scrolls 4. Do you have it, Guy? And how is it? You have it,
Yes,
right?
I have it and I love it. It's so good.
Are they going
I mean,
backwards now?
well,
So for
they
context, Adaro, if you didn't somehow hear the news, Oblivion, the game before
Remake.
Skyrim, was remade. Yes.
Yes, I heard
yeah,
about
Um.
it. Everyone was talking about it.
Okay.
I just had no clue
Good.
about
it's
it.
that good. You should play it. It's very
Did you ever
good.
play Skyrim, Adaro?
No. No,
Oh, what
yes.
the hell?
I think I played it
This is
once
surely
and then gave up.
everyone.
Even
Oh,
I've played Skyrim.
Yeah,
oh,
I remember the
Skyrim.
scene at the beginning where you just wake up in a cart.
And then Thomas the Tank Engine comes down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
or
slightly
where
later, Tom.
people meme it where like something happens and then you wake up in Skyrim.
Yes, yeah,
That is the
that's
meme. That meme, I've seen so many of that now because of this game, of course. Like people were like starting Oblivion, then they somehow end up in Skyrim, and they're like, it's just so
Or
stupid. But
the NPCs are really glitchy. I've seen a lot of videos about
well,
about their NPCs not
that's
working.
yeah,
that's every Bethesda game, honestly.
yeah, that's true. I would say like
Some of the
the
Starfield NPC clips were so funny, honestly. I never played that, but
I do
yeah,
like it.
makes
It's
you
just
laugh.
funny that's the thing. They're like, as much as they can glitch and stuff, it's just actually hilarious. Like it actually makes me laugh out loud. That's how the stupid because sometimes they just fly across the room and stuff, and you're like, what is going on? Like they're just like, oh, there's like someone talking and they're like burning to death, like
Well,
talking
that's the best thing.
casually.
Like, yeah, no matter what is happening to them, their intonation and usually their eye contact to you, the player, will not change. They'll just carry
Yeah,
on.
well, they're being
Yeah,
killed. They're
it's
just
like
there like
I don't know if it was
casual.
Skyrim or a different game, but I saw a guy talking to an NPC, and then after he finished talking to him, the rock moved up and squished
The
the
Rock,
NPC, and then
The final boss.
brought it back
the
down
final
again.
boss.
And then another NPC went to go revive the NPC, but as he stood on the rock, he shot back up and killed them both in the
Yeah,
ceiling.
that is Oblivion because that's like an old like that's the original Oblivion game. But yeah, he like I mean it's just stupid. Like stuff like that happens. I mean, I've saved videos of like what's happened when playing Oblivion, which I may actually release into a video once I've edited it. But like
Oh,
there's just so many stupid
guy
things.
TikTok return.
It could be the return.
Oh no,
It
not
could be the
TikTok.
return.
Uh,
But yeah, so but it is like Oblivion's fantastic. Like the thing I still prefer Skyrim because my love of Skyrim will never die. But this is like it's just something about it. Like the actual like you could tell when you're playing it, as much as it looks new and it does look a hell of a lot better than it used to, it still feels very early, like you know that like cusp of like PS2 to PS3. Well, of course, this like I think I had this on 360, but like it's that like because it was an early. I don't think it was a release game. I can't remember. It may have been actually for PS3 at least. Um, but it feels very much like a turning point to the from the like that generation of the PS2, the Xbox, the original Xbox, to like the 360 and the PS3, where like all those games are sort of it's just a mix of the two. Like graphically looks a bit better, but then it's like it plays like a PS2 game. So like this plays like a bit like it's open world, of course. It's the same as Skyrim, but it feels like very much like there's not much that seems to happen in the world like Skyrim does, where it's a bit sort of like when you're running around, there's like stuff like a dragon will suddenly appear, like all this shit, like people randomly fight or whatever. Like like the quests as well, are a bit more like okay, talk to this person, go there, finish that, talk to this person, more so than it is in Skyrim because I know Raska basically was like that with Skyrim, like, but it is very much like point A to point B, which I don't mind. It's fine. And then, like, I understand
Yeah.
this game's not really for me when I have played the original, but hardly. Like, I wasn't really into it. And they swapped me off Skyrim for ages because I thought, oh, Oblivion wasn't that good. But I just didn't understand it. I just didn't, it wasn't my type of game at the point. But playing it now, I'm like, it looks amazing. Like it's just fantastically like typical sort of these huge worlds that Bethesda do so well. And it was in a time where Bethesda weren't as basically crap as as they have been recently. This is this and Skyrim are like, well, they're fantastic. I want more. I'd love to have more sort of Elder Scrolls games. Like all of them would be fantastic, but I understand the limitations of. I mean, like I don't know how much you know about like the other ones, but Daggerfall, which is the second one, that map is just under the size of Britain, basically. Like that's how big the map is. Like it is literally that big. Because of course it's like an old game, so they don't need much like graphically at all. You're just a sort of
Yeah.
looks a bit like Doom sort of thing, but it's just a huge, huge like that's just ridiculous compared to like Skyrim and everything else. But yeah, this is a really good game. Like it's like a real solid. like it goes on nostalgia probably a bit more so than you would, they're not like if one of you played it, for example, you probably wouldn't enjoy it as much. Like even that line, like I said, I've only played a bit of the original, so I don't remember hardly any of it. But like, yeah, I love these type of games anyway, so it's right down my sort of
I mean,
tee. But
I did enjoy Skyrim. I did get like tired of it, but like I had completed the main quest and a bunch of other shit. Like I did a
yeah,
lot in Skyrim. Was it Daedric armor? Not
oh
full
yeah, yeah,
edit.
that's pretty
That's
good.
RuneScape. But
Oh god, yeah,
like,
it's
like so like, would I enjoy Oblivion? New Oblivion? New
uh,
Oblivion?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like if you did all of that in Skyrim, if you did like the whole main quest, and you've done like a few more, and you've got, because I don't know if you remember like the Dark Brotherhood or the Thieves Guild or doing those sort of things, because
I did
they're in
one.
this game.
I did at least one of those.
Yeah, so they're both back in this, and the Dark Brotherhood missions on this are actually really fun. But I honestly, at the moment, I haven't even completed the main story because I've just gone like, which I never ever do in these games ever. But I've got to a certain point in the story. I'm like, right, I'm going to do all of the like guilds and all of the side quest stuff beforehand, and then I'm going to go and do the story last, which I never do because I just usually plow through the main story and then do like all the side stuff. But actually doing it this way is quite nice because I know what I'll do because I'll get to the end of the main quest and I'll be like,
That's it.
okay, I've done everything in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm done. So
That's that.
when I
Yeah.
haven't, I'm nowhere near done.
I do that too.
But
I do the side stories and all that first, so then I know I'm gonna at least complete
yeah.
those, and then enjoy the story because sometimes when I'm playing on the PlayStation, it is obviously some of the platinums, some of the trophies
Woo.
is doing side stuff. So just get that
Yeah.
out the way and then just plow through the story.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with this game is the platinum for the platinum trophy and the platinum trophy is ridiculously easy. It's just literally there's no trophy but just completing missions. Like they're literally just complete all of the stuff in the Dark Brotherhood and you get like 7 trophies for doing it, and then the Fighters Guild 7, and then just the main quest, and that's literally it. And I was a bit like, oh, I'm actually a bit disappointed in that because I'd rather because I don't really know the game very well. I'd rather there was like, oh, do this quest, or like, oh, kill this thing, and go here because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just, if I want to get the trophies, and that's why I'm taking my time with it, because I don't want to just do all the trophies, but oh, I'm done. Platinum it, I'll never play again. Because I know I would never, I'll never play again if I get the platinum. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
I
we've
played
heard that
Skyrim
before.
3 times. 3 times I've played Skyrim, platinum it 3 times, and I will never probably play it again. Although I like, because I probably will play it again. But still, no, good
I like
game. It's a
how
very good game.
I'm the complete opposite of a you normally guy. Because I think I remember when you asked me how many hours I had on Final Fantasy 15, a game that to this day I have certainly not completed.
See,
Um, and I was like like I had reached there's that city that's like on a cliff, like after the first area, right? And I was like there, and I told you my playtime, and like it was huge, but I'd done so many side things in the first area, and you were like, "How are you only there?" It's like I just didn't progress. Like,
Yeah, but
yeah,
honestly, it's how you play a game, isn't it? There's so many different ways, and like this is why I never be like now. I would never be like, oh, I should be already here, because I'm just sort of like, unless you are literally not doing anything in that time, you're just leaving the game on and it's accumulating hours. But like, yeah, a lot of time these games are just so worth having a look around and just doing whatever you want. It's just, sort of though, it's a typical stupid cliche thing to say, but it's to make your own story, isn't it? It's the whole point of an RPG, I suppose.
yeah.
But yeah, very
Uh,
good. Play it.
we will follow this with the other big game franchise that has not had its sixth installment in over
Garfield?
10 years. Garfield Kart. Yes. No.
Oh,
Garf Theft Auto 6. It
terrible.
actually feels weird to say 6. Like,
Yeah,
it should only be followed by
it was only
5.
5. That's all. That's it.
There was never a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, or anything else.
No, because what was San
But yes,
Andreas and all the others didn't have numbers.
Well, yeah, but there was still a 3 and a 4 as well, of
Yeah,
course.
which then doesn't
Nikolai.
make any sense because technically this is going to be 8
Yeah,
then, but whatever.
You want to go bowling?
more than that, I think.
So we got a trailer and a delay all this week,
Yeah, the
wasn't it?
delay. Yeah.
I wonder if the trailer was. It's kind of odd timing. Did they like rush finish the trailer because they delayed
I
it?
think
Like,
I don't know. I
but
think
then
they've intentionally done it to stop, like they've shadow dropped it, I guess, in a way to try and stop it being leaked for one. Just to, and I guess it's because it's like almost a year, isn't it, until it's out? So it's like a
now,
we
yeah.
want.
I have a theory that it's not a delay and it was just what they wanted to release it as, so that they just said it was a delay a year
But then
later.
why would they announce the wrong date first? Like,
I don't know, because they wanted to give people hope. I don't know. One of the
but
things.
that's
Maybe some
but then
more.
I wish game developers or publishers are more like would just name a date that's a bit too far away. Because then, if you're
Exactly.
done
Yeah. Take
earlier,
more
you
time.
just bring it up. You know,
Yeah.
imagine how good the PR is if you're like, oh hey, you know, GTA 6 was coming out in May 2026. Well, we're gonna move it to late 2025 because we're done. Like
I
that would
think
be amazing,
I
right?
think
Like look
in
at
that
Oblivion
I don't think
dropping
it's
the
ever
way it
going to be
did.
done.
no, I think in that aspect, I think it's because I've seen a lot of stuff where they do like when movies are made, get made, or games get made, they have to have a set particular date that they think they're going to be finished by. But I don't
Yeah,
know if they can bring a release forward. They have to always bring it. If they have a delay, they have to bring it further away because I think changing schedules earlier is a little bit difficult than making a delay.
perhaps, but
That's probably
then
why no one's done it in the industry. I don't think where like they bring
yeah,
something
but
forward.
then there's things you could do instead where like look at Oblivion, which I mean that wasn't even announced. But
No.
point is they just decided it was coming out at that moment when they announced it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I guess it didn't have any physical copies. I don't know if it's getting physical at
No,
all.
no. It may do.
But
Yeah.
but why not just be like, yeah, here, like when it's done, then say it's done, I guess. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's just a better way. Like, we see so many games delayed, and no one likes to hear it. It's bad PR. It's never a good thing to delay a game, right? Like, how is it happening so much? Other
I
than I know the issues with the game
Yeah.
development industry, but surely with that in mind, you should plan these things further away anyway. I don't know.
Well, with how games and stuff and content is getting created anyway, I think I know people don't like it, but I prefer a delay and the game finished and not like super buggy or broken or whatever,
Yeah.
or their staff getting overworked to try and finish a deadline than it being come out
Yeah.
quick, full of bugs.
Oh yeah.
The people are like half dead from the experience. You know, it's happened in the
Yeah,
past
Well,
before.
I'd rather a delay than an
Yeah.
unfinished game, like for sure. But
yeah,
like
100%.
why are you putting these release dates out that you're seemingly never
I think
gonna
they're
meet?
trying to get to. I think they want to try and do it at those particular dates, but obviously then they know it's unrealistic. But then they don't want to disappoint the fans, so they have to give them something. So I think that's what
But then
they
also
were
like
doing.
Grand Theft Auto 6 as an example, like it's been a very long time since the last game.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
How the
think
They
that's
have been
hell
why
working
they
like
on
were
it for
trying to
years.
like say there is a six coming, here it is, and then sorry, it's going to be delayed, kind of thing. I think that's why
yeah,
they
but
were doing it.
we knew a 6 was coming though.
Yeah,
Like I feel and plus with the amount of time it's already been in development, how can you not know when it's finished this far in? Because no matter how like they must be like 90+% done. I know you can't really quantify that, but like they must be in the end point from when they announced it ages ago, right? Because it had already been so long that they must be in the last phases. And surely in the last phase, like at the start of the development, I can see how it would be very difficult to accurately predict how long it would take. But in the end part of the development, I feel like it'd be much easier to accurately figure it out. But even with
hmm.
GTA 6, along with every other big release game seemingly gets delayed, it's like of all games, how does this one manage
Well,
it?
you
Like,
don't actually know when they're in the business part and all that. You don't know if like a tester found something and they have to like work on that section, so that's why they
Well,
delay
that
it,
that is a fair point. Yeah, that
or
is a
a
good point.
file went missing or a file corrupted or something. There is things that will cause it. No one's like
Yeah.
sat there going, oh, we're just gonna delay it because we just feel like it.
Well,
And
I
do you,
didn't say that. I know it's not
No, but
that,
that's
but
basically something has to have happened for them to go, well, we have to delay it so we can fix the problem. Be- yeah. So, and then instead
it's
of
just
trying to bring it
frustrating when
out and then fixing it.
it's seemingly every single game ever right
Plus,
now for the
because
last
obviously
5 to 10
games are getting
years. Like,
bigger, more technology involved, a lot of things
well, yeah,
can
but
go
then
wrong. Um,
surely you put your release date with all these things in mind. Like, that's
that's
what
what
I
I
don't
mean. Yeah,
get.
but even with time frames, you can't generally be 100% sure it will be sorted by that time frame.
Yeah,
That's why you have to give
I
yourself more of a
agree.
leeway.
But why is it seemingly 0% sure? Like they all get delayed or finish with or get released with bugs. Like, can you think of a big release game that got released on time and without bugs? Like, I don't think there is one
Uh,
for a long time. Maybe Astrobot,
a game from the
yeah,
90s?
probably.
but then that wasn't
Astrobot
didn't really have
may
the
have had
hype
a
and release date, right? Anyway, because I don't think anyone cared until
It
it
just
came
comes
out.
with the console, didn't it? Or just the
No, not
actual
that
no, not
physical
that
game?
Astrobot.
You're thinking of Astro's Playroom. There's a whole new game out.
Astrobot is a phenomenal game. Like
Plus,
it deserved to win Game of the Year. Just saying,
I don't know
play it.
about their
I love it. God,
teams either, because obviously, like, they've got some of their team
Microsoft Team.
working on GTA 5 still, with like stuff that's happening on that still and keeping that running. And then obviously the people working on the 6th. So,
I
Can I
mean,
can I
true,
just
true, but we know how lazy the content additions to GTA 5 are
can
indeed.
I just
because we played it.
interject as well though?
No!
Like, have you guys seen about this Expedition 33?
I
That
have
is a
Haven't.
no idea what that is.
30-man squad. You would love it by the way, Raska, because it's very Final Fantasy-esque. It is. I think on user rating, it's one of the highest things ever. I think that sits at 97 on Metacritic. It is literally like
What?
it's a 30-man team. It's only come out recently, but this game, like, is I don't know how you haven't heard of it, to be honest, because it's
What's it
got
called?
huge hype. It's called Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Never
Claire,
heard of
as in
this.
the name Claire.
Yeah, I think so. It's a
Well, without
French
any.
French team.
Cl-
Yeah, Bounty. Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about football?
No, not at all.
Oh,
No.
I'm
What
getting
the
It
hell
looks
are you
confused.
like
on about?
it
I'm
looks
getting
like Final
confused.
Fantasy type world. I'm just looking
It
it up
is
now.
like, yeah, honestly, Iraska, I mean, I'm going to play it. Like, I've literally held myself off of playing it because I wanted to play Oblivion. Like, I wanted to complete Oblivion first, but I'm desperate to play it, man. Like, it just looks like it's like the music. Oh my god, the music! Seriously, like I've heard some of the soundtrack and like the scores. It's fantastic. Like, it's like Final Fantasy esque. It's like, I mean, some of it's like the same singer from the Devil May Cry series, but it's just incredible. Voice acting is incredible in the game as well. They got Ben
Right.
Starr in it, who's the lead voice in Final Fantasy 16. He's incredible. It's just,
I've got it
man.
now. I see it after I found the space program Expedition 33. So I had to go through all that first before I found it.
But the point was that yeah, this is a group of like I think it is less than 30 people, and they've made a game that is going to probably win Game of the Year for one, and two is to be
What?
that high on Metacritic, to be literally one of the highest games in existence is another like I mean that's incredible.
I've never heard of it until you just brought it up.
No,
I
no,
literally
no one hardly had heard of
never
it.
heard of this. What
I
the?
knew it was coming out, like, because it was announced, like, it was one of the state of plays or something last year, like
Really?
one of the later ones. Yeah, I remember seeing it. I remember seeing it thinking, well, it just looks like a
Yeah, I would have glossed over that.
JRPG-esque. Yeah, it just looks a bit there. But it's all these little things. It's like it's got its own like art style again, and it's like the fact like it's got everything. It's got really good combat. It's turn-based as well, which I'm so glad it's turn-based because I love turn-based combat. But it's got like turn-based combat and it's got this like parrying system which looks really cool as well. Like graphically it looks amazing. Soundtrack is just incredible. Like characters are really like so just everything. This is why it's doing so well, is because it is that typical thing again where less is more in a way that they've got hardly anyone at the studio, yet somehow compared to all these game companies that have hundreds and hundreds of people that are just way too many people, out of 30 odd people, you can make a game that is that highly rated. Just basically proves the point of these bigger companies are doing something wrong in the way that they're not appeasing the actual people playing. Either they've got their own agendas or whatever. But yeah, this game, like, I haven't even played it, but I'm desperate to play it.
I'm seeing someone
And
play it right now. It does look good. Apart from the streamer themselves is just dancing in a red dress before doing anything first.
oh yeah, awful, horrible.
I don't
How
know.
could they?
Yeah, I'm on
Yeah, it
this.
should at least be a yellow dress. Gee.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
red
just
is
clicked
none
on
of
it.
that.
Just them dancing in their red dress before they press the fighting button. I just like, okay, but the game looks cool.
The fighting, but
Well, the
yeah, it
buttons,
just
it's kind of very
honestly, yeah.
Persona-y, I think, with the
Yeah,
fighting
but well,
layout.
it's turn-based like Final Fantasy, like 10. Like it's sort of just it's just typical JRPG turn-based of old, which is why I think a lot of people are liking it as well because it's not being it's the combat's not being like, oh, we want to be like sort of hack and slash, but round-based, whatever, tactical. It's just like, no, we're just going turn-based stuff. We know people love turn-based stuff. As much as everyone denies it, probably older people like it a lot more because it's nostalgic in a way, but like ourselves. But like it's just hell yeah, like I want to play this badly.
It actually
I
does
need
look
money.
interesting. I will play it if I can get hold of it.
Someone buy it for me, please. And
No.
that's the end. No, yeah, fantastic game,
Okay, okay,
fantastic.
then I'll bring up this game then. What? Because you talked about that
Oh
one.
no, I don't want to.
What?
Go on.
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios.
The remastered of Gears of War coming out, in it?
Oh yeah,
Related.
that is
That
pretty
was my
cool.
childhood playing Gears of War, even though you shouldn't play it
Here's one.
as a child, but still. Uh,
Yeah, first game I played on a 360. Mental.
I think it
Absolutely
was
mental.
one of the
I,
first couple of games that I played on the 360
It
as
was,
well.
yeah, yeah. It's a release game, wasn't it? So
Because I
it's
remember
I
fun.
have
playing
a question about this game.
Yes.
We won't answer.
Okay, I will ask it
Go on.
then.
Go on.
The thing in our chat to have this is PlayStation, and
Yeah.
it's Gears of War coming to PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It was an Xbox
Yeah,
game.
mate, this is the line of those games, like I said ages
Yeah,
ago,
they're
that are
bringing out
coming to PlayStation.
there's no Xbox exclusives anymore.
Yeah, well, that's just crazy, right?
I'm waiting
Especially
for
what
Halo
gets
for
me though is
PlayStation.
what gets me
Halo definitely.
is like PlayStation tweeting this out. I mean, I'm sure Xbox did too, but like they
Yeah.
don't even mention
It's
anything else.
almost.
It's like if you just saw this tweet, you'd be like, "Oh, cool! Gears of
Yeah.
War has come to PlayStation specifically." Like, it's so
Yeah.
good.
It's mental though. Like, yeah, I mean, once again, it's crazy to think that all these the things that basically keep an Xbox as a competitor, I feel, have just it feels like they've thrown in the towel and just been like, yeah, there you go, PlayStation, just have everything. It's a bit sad in a way
It
because
gives
this
you
is like
hmm?
no, I was gonna say it's like a 360. This is like what's the word, like it's a 360 like god of a game. It was so like, but you have to obviously have an Xbox to play it, like back in the day, and it was so just nostalgic and it was such a brilliant game for it. I love the Gears of War series. So having it on PlayStation has been fantastic because now I can play it again. But it's a bit like,
And the graphics will be
oh
better
yeah, but
too.
it's an Xbox. Oh yeah, well it will be. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that
I was the
will make a
guy
massive
that
difference.
ran around instead of shooting. I would just run around
Whoa,
with the lancer and just try and chainsaw as many people as I could before
it's fun. Yeah.
yeah, that was it. Because obviously, how many was there? Like three of them? Was there four? I think there were
There's
four.
four, and then I think there's like a one called like Tactics or something. I feel like there's like a like a what to call it, like a Age of Empires esque one. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting mixed up. I don't know. I think it was something else.
I always
But like,
wanted
yeah,
the
there's
gear
a
necklaces from the game.
yeah. I think yeah. The first one is like, I don't know how they're going to capture it in this release, but like the first one was so gritty and like it's grey. Like all I remember from the game is the colors were grey and red because red was just all over your screen eventually,
Yeah, because it was
and
mostly
then
set at night, wasn't it? In any of the missions,
well, it's just as well. It's that typical grey,
but
blue,
underground.
greeny, weird Whereas just the Xbox or like 360 old games were just not very colorful. Like that, they had that
Yeah.
gritty, like it's that 360 PS3. Like you look at most of them, they're this like sepia tone or like it's beige, very beigey. Like I think I saw a clip of MGS4 the other day actually, and I was looking like, oh my god, it's so like beigey, orangey. Like that's the only color of that game, and it's but then it's still one of the best games on PlayStation 3. But it's just like I'm looking at it thinking, God, this is what we used to play, man. Like these games look so gritty and just no color in them. They just seem so colorless, but they were still brilliant. So. But yeah, no, Gears of War, I'm hyped. I'm very hyped for that.
Yes, that's coming out what, August 26th apparently.
Yeah, not in that
Yes.
long.
No delays just yet.
A
Uh,
couple
Nope.
I
more
think there's
video
another
game.
game on the list that Reska put in at the very top.
Yeah, I think I've had
Rest.
this on the last three like podcast list,
Yeah, I
which
think he
is
has. Yeah.
funny when we've only done three. But
Yeah.
we're not near the end, so I'm gonna actually bring up the Carters 2 has a
Hey.
release date. If you don't know what the Carters 2 is, well, first of all, there is no Carters 1. I think it got removed from Steam because it was bad. Uh, but the Carters 2 is coming out soon. This is a kart racing game. It'll be on PC. It's like an indie game. And what I like the most about it is that the control scheme is heavily inspired by Crash Team Racing.
Ooh.
So if you know the
Do
podcasting
you know the
power
podcast with the
slide.
Crash Team Racing? Yeah, no.
This is now a Crash Team Racing podcast.
Oh
Now,
God, I'm
God.
leaving.
if you know the mechanics of Crash Team Racing and why they are good, then you will know why this game is cool. And of course, it's a modern game, right? Like, I mean, the classic Crash Team Racing is a classic, and that has online now. We should probably actually try playing that someday. But then there's the new Crash Team Racing, but it's only on console, and the online's a bit crappy. Oh, Adder has disappeared, and it's back.
Oh.
I did that on
That's
purpose. I
lovely.
just did it too late.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, well, I got YouTube up in my peripheral vision, so it's so delayed. You probably did it with good timing.
Yeah. I'm snoring too, but I
um,
don't think it's being picked up.
no, well, not on Discord anyway.
Damn it.
Um, but yeah, so this is, it's a PC game. It's a modern HD game. It has obviously online multiplayer. I don't know how many players off the top of my head, but a fair amount. Not as many as Mario Kart World, of course. But speaking about Mario Kart World, they have decided to release this game, which has been in development for some years now. And we're never having an actual release date. They have decided to release it the same week as Mario Kart World.
Ooh.
But it's actually quite logical because Switch 2 is, well, number one, expensive. Number two, already sold out. Everyone who
Yeah.
wants a new kart game because they see all the friends and streamers playing Mario Kart World, they'll find this newly released Cartridge 2 and maybe they'll give it a go. It might actually be
Probably.
the
Yeah.
best time to release this game.
And we'll
Yeah.
be playing
But
that
yeah,
too, because we have not got Horror of Our Switches.
well, yeah, I didn't
Hold
even
of
try
us.
and pre-order one, so I'll probably get
I
it
did do the
later.
what's call it
The
invite
invitation.
that they yeah.
How did that
I
work
was
out?
I'll just do it. Why not? Like, because me may get it. I'm not that bothered though. Like, it's still like it's. I guess I'm gonna have the same. I'm worried I got the same thing I had with the PS5, where it's like, oh, I don't need it, and then when everyone's getting one, it's like, okay, I need it. But
Yeah, because
like,
you were like the
I think
guy
with
to go
this,
like, oh, Argos just got this and all this, and you were dropping like where to get them, and you were trying to get hold of them, and then we all tried.
yeah, I'm basically desperate to like get them at one point because it's just like I don't know. I mean, the PS5 is a pretty decent step up from PS4. I'm glad. Like, if they release PS6 now or something, I can't think of anything that would make me think, oh, but now I need that one. Because like the main thing for me is simply the sell of 60 frames. I'm like, that's all I need. Like, I just don't want to play in 30 frames because it's disgusting. But like, yeah, it's just with the Switch 2 though, there's not enough on it. Mario Kart, yeah, that'd be cool. But the other games are like, oh, they're just releases. The Donkey Kong one looks pretty cool as well, but it's not enough. It's not like Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. It's not the
No,
same. Not the same. I mean,
it'll be
Breath of the Wild is on
Pokemon
it, but
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, every Pokemon that makes me really want one because
Yeah, all they had to
I need
do
to get
was
on Switch one.
they put like Pokemon XD and Colosseum and like all the Mario Parties on the GameCube thing already. So I probably would have been desperate, but the GameCube games are like meh. I'm just
Oh,
like okay, like Wind Waker, cool, like
I
whatever.
guess you guys haven't noticed either that even the Switch ones with the new update has given it the kind of Switch 2 layout with all the new features, including the what's it called? The
Oh
Party
yeah, there was
chat?
cartridge thing. The
what
the
Oh
swapping
yeah.
download
card.
game cartridge mode and stuff like that. It's all been added to our first Switches that I have
Yeah,
on
that's
my
cool.
Switch.
That's kind of
Oh,
They've
that's
changed the
cool.
layout now. So if you, I don't know if you guys have
I
updated
mean,
yours yet, but that's the new update.
I haven't
I
turned on
haven't turned
for a
mine
long
on in
time.
like over a year. Yeah.
You better
So,
do that,
Yeah, probably
otherwise your
so.
battery might not work.
well, that's a good point.
Because they say
Yeah,
Oh
over
well.
6 months and it might not work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's mine's definitely been over 6 months. Oops. Oh well.
You
Same.
gotta give it a
It's
go.
definite. It's definitely been over a year for me.
Just in
Yeah,
case you want to play a Switch game for stream.
I mean,
But
I probably will. I mean, what I'll probably do to get a Switch 2 will be sell my Switch anyway, and probably a few games. But I don't know. I'm not that bothered.
Oh,
I mean, I'm glad if there's more stuff that comes out for it. But yeah,
talk about Switch 2. What do you think of the two versions of the Switch 2? The one that we can get and the Japanese version of it?
oh, isn't
there
the
we
only
go.
difference that one only has Japanese?
Yes.
Well, then it
And it's
Yeah,
doesn't
so
regional.
it
it's
doesn't
the
make any
same
difference.
console basically.
And it's cheaper. And you know
Well,
why
yeah,
they've
but who
done that?
cares? We can't get it.
No,
So
do you know why they've done that as well? It's because they're trying to stop scalpers from going to Japan,
Yeah.
buying them all out, and then trying to sell
yeah,
them
good.
off.
Fair
But it
enough.
doesn't
Yeah.
stop the
I mean, it's
European ones being sold on
yeah,
scalper
they don't
sites.
give a shit about us, do they? At the end of the day, like people are gonna do it anyway, so it's just it sucks. I mean, Nintendo are pretty bad with anything to do with like any kind of their material going off like piracy. They're and like they're crazy anti-piracy, which I get because it's their
Yeah,
product.
because
But
it kills the industry for them to make more because people aren't spending money for them to be able to make
yeah,
more.
but it doesn't really kill it because there's enough people spending money on it.
There's an
I mean,
ups and downs with
I
that.
never pirate a game anyway, but I'm not like Resk. I mean, I'd never pirate games.
You are a pirate. Our
Exactly.
Filidi.
Like no one to sing that to me. I'd cry if someone sang that to me.
God, I miss watching Lazy Town. I'm too old for Lazy Town.
You only stopped the other day.
No, I don't. I'm not Sporticus.
Oh, you haven't stopped. I see.
You are
um,
number
Looking.
one.
number one.
Did you say Air One?
But yes, to finish up on the actual topic, the
Oh yes.
Cartridge 2 Turbocharged launches
You can.
June 25th, June 2nd, 2025. And it is technically Steam Early Access, even though it's been in development for like 4 years. But it is like one guy making it. So, by the way, it has modding, and it's had modding in like the beta versions for some time. They have over 1,000 mods for this unreleased game. Like that's crazy.
That is pretty
Um,
crazy.
so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's less than a month away now that I actually read this. So yeah, I mean, expect to stream of that, perhaps just by myself if these guys don't want to. I mean, I think neither
Yeah.
of them can probably run it actually. Maybe Adaro, but we'll see. But yeah, I will certainly be streaming this on Mario Kart World Week. So look forward to that.
Because the space boy can't afford a Switch 2.
I'm a
Gonna
space
get
boy.
Well, I
you
couldn't
like
actually
a
get one.
space boy. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Actually,
Look what you've done.
I want you to
It's in
cover Spaceman by who sings Spaceman? One of the Jonas Brothers. Can't
A
remember his name.
spaceman came traveling
No,
from
wrong
Look what you've
song.
above.
done. Look what you've done.
I'm not doing a Jonas Brothers cover.
What of year 3000, which the Americans believe is
The
originally
Jonas
theirs.
Brothers.
So.
Yeah, I had that conversation with someone last year, I think. They when I was talking about the year 3000, and they go, "Oh, a Jonas Brothers song." No, I said it's Busted. Busted was the wrong that sung it.
What?
And they go, "No, surely it's a cover." I was like, "No." Yeah, it was a back and forth conversation with this other VTuber about trying to tell them Busted was the original singers.
Man, I
Uh,
miss Busted. I miss
now it's
Busted.
Muck Busted because they both play together.
No, they're back. They're back to Busted now. And McFly.
I want them
Yeah,
to
they've come
sing
back.
Thunderbirds, my favorite song.
No, they don't want to
Spring break comes around,
sing.
playing it safe and sound.
But
And
yeah,
Tracy Island.
um,
On another
yeah,
game topic, then, the monthly games that I've added to my console, which don't look appealing.
oh, they out now, are they? I
Yeah,
didn't know that. Probably just go add them.
it's a day late, bud. Yeah, but they came on the 6th of May. Um,
Bud.
I think Ark is the only one that I'll probably give a go because I know a lot of
No. Hold on, hold on, hold
I
on.
know a lot of people play Ark, YouTubers,
Balatro is fantastic. You should play Balatro.
but
Like, I
it's
was
got
so
my
happy to see it
name
on
in
here.
it.
It doesn't say twat anywhere. But Balatro is so good. It's honestly, it's so good though. Like, you
I thought it was
really should
called
play it.
Batuatro. Oh, it
Oh,
disappeared
yeah,
again.
no, that's what with Valorant thing. But no, seriously, it is.
And for my
Has he
next
actually got?
trick, I'll make Guy disappear. But also the
No, you should
Warhammer
play it.
one looks alright.
I don't
Uh,
understand Balatro. I've seen
It's a card
briefly
game
Role
people
on
play.
playing it, and
motorcycles.
I'm like, what the fuck is
Basically, you
this?
make poker hands, but there's a load of crazy like
Yeah, that's what I
roguelike
mean.
stuff in it.
Wha-
That's what makes it
How?
so
How can
great.
there be? Like, what? Who even thought of it? Like, what's? Is
Yeah, it's
it
crazy.
balanced? Like, what's going on?
Balance with it. No, it's crazy. Like there's like weird cards that do weird shit in it, like that are just not normal. Like, like you're playing you start off with just a normal hand, and then you get like you keep going and going, you could buy stuff in the store on it, and it gives you like weird boosts and stuff, and it's addictive. It's one of those games where you start playing it and you think like you have, like they said, what it's just poker. Like it's just a poker game. Like who really cares? And then then you realize that actually it's really good and it's really addictive and you want to keep playing and it's yeah it's really good. I'm glad that it's a good game to have on this. I know it's not multiplayer or anything, but
Oh,
it
it's
at
not?
least means that no, I don't think so. Well, I don't unless there's got multiplayer that I've somehow missed, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But
I'm
yeah, I think
surprised it's
they,
on here because it's. I mean, maybe the initial hype is fading already, but that's a popular game. I was surprised to see it on there.
Is it?
yeah, no, it's
Oh yeah, at least a month or two ago, my feed was fucking full of Balatro. Like everyone was
yeah.
playing Balatro. I
Was
didn't
a
get it, but like
Never
it was
saw it.
everywhere for me.
Game of the
Really?
Year nominee, so
Yeah.
that shows how high up it was. I mean, to get that,
Strange.
I'm
it's just
surprised
pretty
it's actually
impressive.
on here with Arc and
Exactly. Yeah,
Warhammer. Like,
I mean, Ark maybe. I don't know. Like, is it even worth playing that? I don't know. Like, people do like Ark. It's a game that
yeah, I
people,
know.
yeah, dinosaurs, Jurassic Park, basically. I wish there was just a good
You
Jurassic Park
mm,
game. In all fairness, really.
survival game where you build things and it's like Minecraft with 3D.
It's one of those games I'm just not gonna put the time into, so
No,
I'm not gonna
it's a
start.
time-consuming game. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. There's gonna be so much like it is one of those games again. Like there's so many games like it where you have to put in time just to actually get what you want out of it, and it's like, do I want to put my time into dinosaurs? Well, I don't know. I'm not that bothered. So I don't know. Yeah, I may play it. Like if we want to stream it at some point, maybe. Like I'd be happy to do that, but
It's
I don't.
free, so probably. Any more on the
know.
game front before we move on to something else?
I think that's everything game related we had
Yeah.
on here. So,
Was there
do you
any
know what
other
you want to move on to
topics?
next? Well, yeah, we're not done yet.
It's low, yes. I mean, Andrew, stop trying to cut us short, mate. What are you doing?
I'm
Yeah,
not.
a
I'm
bunch of
looking at
your
the old
topics are on here.
ones. I'm looking at
It's
the
all
old
your
ones.
topics, actually.
Wait, how many did I put down?
Well, one might be a joke. However, there are three things in total.
Oh, you're talking about
Sure.
the announcement that I have.
Yeah. Take it away, Andrew.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, the announcement. Hang on, I've closed the thing by accident. Oops, where's the thing? Make it bigger. Yes. The announcement is WAS will be soon releasing a jazz song cover.
This is the one that I
Called
believe
Apparently.
might be a
WAS.
joke.
Hello. I don't think it worked because I don't have any of my redeems set up for the podcast. I do apologize.
Rip.
Otherwise, you would have had a talking orange cat from Reisika's favorite anime.
Wait, what?
Orange cat.
Yes.
What you
Or is it
mean,
Wait,
yellow?
Kami-sen?
Garfield?
It goes, hello,
Talking orange.
how are you?
Oh, that one's yellow. I thought you meant
Yeah.
Shami-sen, the one you never remember the
Yeah,
name
so did
of.
I. And
No,
I was
not
like,
from Haruhi, the Azumanga
is he
Daioh
even
cat.
ginger?
Your father cat,
Oh,
yes.
Yes, the one I have as a redeem for hello when someone joins.
I
beautiful
forgot you have
tomatoes.
that.
Yes, because it's super loud, but only I hear it when it's
Well,
played.
what is this? Why have you suddenly mentioned a jazz thing in it? What's the
It was a
like
joke.
reason
It was
behind it?
I put it in there as a joke because I said,
Well, no, I thought I was actually singing jazz cover,
well,
but
Well,
I
isn't it
do
because
want
of
to
hey,
my
practice my
dream?
singing, and huh?
we want you to as well. What?
Wasn't it because of
Um,
my dream, Adra?
no, it's
I
because
assume.
What kind
no,
of
it's
dream?
because I put in the Discord server Happy National Jazz Day when it was Jazz Day,
You like
Did
jazz?
you?
and then I put a jazz song that I liked underneath it.
Is that why I had the dream? So that was on third. No,
Probably,
that was on third. No, that was on 30th of April.
yeah, that's when I put
Look,
it on.
no, that's when you put it on. I had my dream on the 20th of April, 10 days
This is so
prior.
strange. So
Hang on,
strange.
no, I put.
My dream.
Let me zoom up after my. Yeah, here we go. The 30th of April. Not
Yeah,
is it April? Yeah, April. Happy
yeah,
International Jazz Day.
yeah. That's what I said. But
And then you
what I'm
put
saying is,
when's your solo jazz music podcast starting?
yes, but that was a reference to my dream on the 20th.
Oh, I didn't know you, but you never mentioned a dream prior to that.
I did. As a dude, read our
Oh,
private
that's the only thing I
Discord for
know of
fuck's
it is the
sake.
dream.
Oh, a
That's all I
private
Yeah.
actually know.
one.
Oh, yeah, you're in
Where
it.
did you put it?
Just general.
How far up?
On the 20th. It's 20th, so quite far up. It's before I posted the initial D shoes. Like, wait,
Oh
quite a
yeah,
bit
the
before.
shoes that I want.
Yeah. It's right before you posted a picture of a 8-6 on your Twitter.
Oh yeah.
What it was I said that I had a dream.
Oh yeah.
During, it was during,
Also,
in
when
fact, it
I
was
was
during,
sleeping during it, I had a dream that Adaro posted a really long announcement post about his solo podcast about jazz music.
and so this was nothing to do with International Jazz Day. I just dreamt you
Yeah.
had a jazz podcast. Like, for no
It's so
reason.
strange.
And then I talked
It's
about
so strange.
jazz on International Jazz Day, and then you brought it back up again.
Which I somehow forgot, but even though I replied to it. But yeah.
Like jazz.
You like jazz? I don't know. I
But
like
yeah,
jazz.
let us know in the comments, in the chat, if you want to
Hmm.
hear a Waz jazz cover. A Waz cover.
Oh, what
You know,
jazz?
like Waz and jazz.
What
Waz.
jazzle, yeah.
And we'll all be wearing Bumblebee outfits.
Oh
We will be
dear.
wearing the Transformer outfit. Yes.
Oh, look, a Bumblebee. I
Oh,
guess
it's
because
so
we talked about
bad.
music, we can bring in another music thing that me and Guy like. I don't know how
Guy,
much
who's
Reska likes them. One OK
All right.
Rock. They're bringing
I
out
don't know.
their 20th anniversary vinyl box with all their albums as vinyls in a massive
And for those
box.
who
What's that?
don't
They've
know,
been
this is
around.
like a Japanese rock band, right?
And it's a Japanese rock band, yes.
Yeah, they're
Wait,
quite. They're quite sort of
they're
like.
very
I don't
Americanized
know,
now
they're out
because
there now,
yeah,
really.
because what was American label picked them up after a while and they became very Americanized.
I think so. Yeah.
Tack,
Well, they have gone like their newest album is a bit. Like I said to you, is like there's quite a bit of Japanese in it, which
yeah,
more than like the previous one that had none apart from the Japanese version of it.
yeah, I keep even because I listened to them when they were just making their Japanese ones, and then I would now just keep getting the Japanese album, which
Yeah, I see.
has the songs in Japanese on it, but then they also have the songs that they sung in English in the American version Japanese. That's why it goes like in brackets Japanese version, even though it's on the Japanese album because not all of them were Japanese in the first place. So it's very
No, that
Americanized.
makes.
Takami's got a very wait, is his name Takami? Am I getting confused with Initial D?
Is
I
Initial
actually
D
can't
all
remember
you can
this.
think about now?
I did
Yeah,
watch
honestly, he
MF
has
Ghost last night, and it was really cool, really good. They were racing
Modern
in
Warfare. Ghost.
Volcano Land, so they were slipping and sliding on ash in the rain.
Dipping and sliding.
Slipping and
Tiffany slide.
sliding, slipping and
That's like
sliding.
I
such an
can't.
old reference that no one
Yeah,
even.
it's terribly old, but yeah,
It's
no, I
literally
mean,
it's a reference to a Gran Turismo 6 lobby name that I
yeah,
never
and that
entered.
just
Like that's
shows how old.
that,
What,
and yet
slipping
we
and
both
sliding?
think of it. Dipping and sliding.
Oh, different.
Tiffany slide.
Bitter dipping and sliding.
You
Oh
must
dear.
bounce on it,
Excuse
crazy style.
what?
I think he's been watching certain things we should be talking about. Anyway,
Okay.
Oh, it was a meme from the cyclophone, and I wanted to bring it in randomly, and there you
sure
go.
it was.
It was.
Sure
It's
it was.
from.
One day you'll
Trust
learn
me.
what that means.
What does that mean?
It's from a movie or a TV series or something, and then they just kept quoting it, and it was just funny. And now I'm doing it. There you go.
You
Okay.
copying something from an anime or so on?
Yes, the cyclophone was an
Anime.
anime, of course.
It
Was it? Oh,
basically was. Iron Mouse was in it,
yeah.
so
Iron Man was in it, and the
Iron Man.
Iron Man animated series, you know. So, but
imagine
yeah,
if you had Iron Man, Iron Mouse, and the Isle of
Iron Maiden.
Man and Iron Maiden.
It's too many.
To which I have 2 tickets, baby.
Baby.
Um yeah, what if they I don't know, did a podcast?
Oh, that is such a
Well,
weird,
in
just
other
weird.
news about actually Iron Mouse, I've just remembered she spoke in Congress. I don't know which. I think it was today or yesterday.
In
Congress.
Congress.
Congress. She spoke in Congress about
In
the
which
charity
country?
event in America.
In America,
What?
you mean?
Yeah, it's a clip on Connor's channel. He talks about that she talked at Congress.
That's crazy.
Yes, it's big. It's out there. It's big. I'm surprised. Yeah.
That's mad.
Well, they did raise over $1
Um,
million, so surely somebody's watching. And it's their 4th one.
to keep with the topic of anime, I think this is anime. What is To Be Hero X?
Oh, yes. I'm glad you brought that up. 2BX is 2B Hero X, sorry, is an anime series airing, which is about superheroes, and it involves streaming culture and doing things for the fans and all that kind of stuff. It's where heroes only got their powers because of their audience backing, and they can only do certain things with how their audience responds to certain things. And I like the animation style. It's done by a Chinese and a Japanese animation studios, and they go from like a 3D kind of movie style animation, and then when something really cool happens or a fight scene happens, it kind of like smashes into a comic book 2D style. And the music's great. I like the opening. It's done by what's his name? It's the one that has like a long name, and then if there's someone else singing or something, they put their name at the end of it. I don't know if you heard of it.
Akino with Bless 4
Uh
or something like that. I don't know. That's sort of what comes to mind when you say that. What was it?
Sawano Hiroyuki, and then brackets NZK brackets.
Okay, yeah,
Them.
yeah. Hiroyuki Sawano, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's a cool soundtrack, probably then. Yeah.
And then he does more of he also does the background songs as well. So a lot of them are obviously some are not sung by him, but they just have his name underneath him because he's the one that what's the word? Help make it. Like composed, that's it. Because he's a composer, isn't he more? And a music producer and singer. But yeah, it's really good. It's on par with how popular to me, how I think how popular My Hero Academia is. This one as well, because it involves yeah, the streaming kind of culture as well around it. Because like I said, the heroes are controlled by their actions are controlled by um how their audience responds. And it's it's done, and it's simul dubbed as well. So when it comes out, it's Japanese. Oh well, Chinese first, Mandarin, Japanese audio, and then English dub. I am watching the English dub because I just clicked the first one and it was the English dub, and then they picked quite good cast. And then if I ever do rewatch it, I will rewatch it in the other languages. But yeah, it's Chinese and Japanese animation, and I like the art style of it and the story.
Sounds pretty neat.
I will post more about it in the Discord as I go because it's quite a good show. I think I showed you in our private Discord a picture of it once. But apparently, it is labeled as a sequel to all the other To Be Hero series. But I've watched the previous two before as they were airing. Um, they're just linked in the way they're just to do with the same universe and kind of the same heroes. Um, but this one is where the animation style is completely changed from all the other two.
I see.
I'll post. Yes, I'll post this picture, I think. Oh yeah, and the main characters, the hero is called Nice. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wears all white, he's got white hair, and he's called Nice. That's the main hero we focus on.
Very strange.
And it just gives me like 3D animation movie style for the most part, and then obviously and then they change into 2D style when something happens or a fight scene happens or something when it gets impactful. But I've posted in our private Discord, Resker, what the style is, just to show you what I mean.
It reminds me of I haven't seen this, so I might be wrong, but I think of like Arcane and stuff like that.
Yes, that's that's the similar style, yes, to Arcane.
Yeah.
Which I then realized it's not actually anime either, Arcane. It's
They made in America, I guess.
yeah, I think it's done in America. Like, because I did that with
Yeah,
the
I
new
figure.
Devil May Cry series. I thought it was an anime, wanting to put it on Mao, and then turns out I couldn't put it on Mao because it's an American animation.
Didn't
But
you then
but
slander it? 'Cause you're like,
but
I only
people
watch anime. How dare they?
no, I really like this one. I don't watch a lot of American animations because yeah, obviously I'm a bit biased how like
Weep. Pardon
no, I'm not new. It's because
me.
generally
Sure.
anime done in Japan or other or slightly Chinese studios are done to different. I don't know what's the word. You can tell there's a difference between storytelling, and obviously I grew up with American and British and actually anime
Yeah, the
as
best
well
ones.
before I knew what anime was and all that. And generally, the ones that I thought were good turned to be the ones made in Japan. But I am
Good.
watching a lot more American ones now because I thought they were anime at one point because people would say they're anime, but obviously Resker has pointed out anime is just Japanese for animation, so they can
Exactly.
call it an anime even though it's not made in Japan. And they've been quite good. Even the Devil May Cry one. I don't know much about Devil May Cry, but I enjoyed the
Are
animation
you
of
going
it.
to play it now, though? Are you going to
I
now play the Devil
might,
May Cry series?
but I've also put on my
Stream it?
plan to watch list the original Devil May Cry anime that came out in 2007.
I probably won't watch that. It's not very good.
But they already gonna
I
make
watched that.
Devil May Cry season 2. That's in the works now anyway. So
Yeah,
I'll be looking
I
forward
do
to
need to
that.
watch that still. It's one of the things I do need to watch, actually. I need to catch up on a few things, but I do want to watch that.
Uh we also have here another Adaro topic.
Oh, I don't know, really?
New
I
Pepsi
mean, go.
flavors. First
Oh
of all,
Pepsi.
I didn't know there were any Pepsi flavors. And as
What's
someone who
Pepsi?
has got bored of Pepsi Max Cherry, I moved on
Whoa.
to Dr. Pepper Zero.
Oh, I love Dr. Pepper
I,
so much.
I think
it's
Reska
pretty
will
good.
go back to Pepsi now because I have tried both new flavors of Pepsi, not sponsored, and they were really
I
tasty.
wish.
And I can drink a lot more of them because when I first tasted
And what are the
the
flavors?
cream soda one,
That
because
sounds
obviously I
awful.
tried to get hold of the strawberries and cream one, but that one was sold out because it
That
was the
sounds
most
awful as
popular
well.
one. It's really nice.
That could be good,
The cream soda
especially
one,
cream
I
Oh,
soda.
no.
tasted. I went, Tastes a bit flat, but I read the can and it says low carbonated. So I guess that's why it's not as powerful fizzy as a normal Pepsi. And the taste is very nice, a little sweet, but then the more sweeter version
Oh,
of
that's
it is
too
the
sweet.
strawberries and cream one, and I prefer the strawberries and
Ugh.
cream one. But those both taste great, and I do like the can design as well. The colors, all sorts. It makes me want to keep the cans, but obviously I'm not going to be a hoarder and keep them. But I like the design, and they're very tasty. I just ran out, so I need to go get some more at some point when they're not sold out everywhere.
I
And
haven't
they're very
even
Yeah,
seen
expensive.
them, so I'll have to try and track these down.
They're
the
I
in
idea of
am
the
strawberries
enjoying my
is pretty
Dr.
good.
Pepper right now.
they're in most big supermarkets that I found, um, and some other random ones as well. But yeah, they're tasty. I've also
They're
been
tasty.
drinking some more Ramune soda that I
Water?
found in my
Oh,
local supermarket. So I bought bottles of them. I had the strawberry one; it was very nice. Now I'm just gonna wait for
they
it to.
weren't finished though.
Ah, yes, the finished one.
But how long take?
I did a quick thing. Yeah, when I try to order it at another restaurant and they go, "Oh, it's finished,"
I
right?
think we did we not discuss this
Yes,
like last
we've already
podcast? I
last
swear
yeah,
we
that's what I
said
mean. We've
this.
already talked about it last podcast, but I'm just that's the
It's
general
finished.
it's
It's
finished,
finished.
even though it's a bottle. I don't understand. And
It's
even
hilarious.
all the other drinks were finished as well. It didn't make any sense, but I finally got a drink in the end. Um,
Very funny.
yes, it was.
Um,
Uh,
and the other food related thing you got on here is the new Biscoff Dairy Milk.
oh, that one was tasty. I finished all of it. I had to get through quite a bit of chocolate to begin with because Easter happened and I had a mountain of
You
Easter
had to.
eggs. Well, I had to get
Jeez.
through them. I didn't want to stare at chocolate and
I
try
only had
and
one Easter egg. I really
I
liked it.
had
I only had
4.
0.
Only 0.
Yeah, I
Okay.
couldn't. I think it's I could never bring myself to buy an Easter egg, even though I always want one. But
Why?
it's
Especially
like
now where they've gone down to
because they
9p.
are like more, well, okay. I haven't seen any clearance ones where I have been, but yeah, like it's like they are overpriced for the amount of chocolate, right? And it's like,
I
Yeah.
know, but it's the tasty chocolate if you get the dairy one.
Yeah, I do like.
well, yeah, but even the dairy milk egg, like the egg itself, is that actually dairy milk?
Yes.
I think it is. Yeah,
They're not going to make it
but
by
I
another
don't. I
brand,
don't
are
get
they?
those.
Well, no, a lot of them. Like for example, let's say you get a Kit Kat egg.
Yeah, the
What
egg
is
is all the
yeah?
generic
That's
What is
chocolate.
Kit Kat about the egg itself? Nothing, right?
Oh,
Zero.
I
There's
had
no Kit
I
Kat aspect in there. Even if it's the same chocolate, you don't buy the Kit Kat bar for just the chocolate, right? Because it's the
no, but
whole
you
thing.
get given Kit Kats in it because I've got
Yeah, but
the.
then I could just buy some Kit Kats if I
I
wanted.
know,
My
but it's
point,
just a.
my point is
Yeah,
that the
it's
egg
the
is
egg.
over. The egg plus the bars is still overpriced compared to buying a bunch of bars. That's what I'm
The
trying to
I.
egg
say here.
chocolate
But
is
talking about
okay.
that, my last egg to go is the Kit Kat one, and this one's special because literally I'm staring at it right now. You were talking about Kit Kat one, I've got the Kit Kat one. Um, They came with the white chocolate bar and the normal chocolate bar, and the egg is half white, half other chocolate.
Oh, that's pretty
Okay,
cool.
well, that's
That's
interesting at
different.
least.
Yeah,
So I've got that
yeah,
to
that's
Yeah,
chow
better
down at
than
some
just.
point.
fair enough.
But going back to the
Can
Biscoff
I
one,
just
the
say?
what?
Can I say before you say that though?
You must bounce
Kit
on it?
Kat, chunky. No, Kit Kat chunky peanut butter is the best
Yes,
bar
that is.
around.
Once
I
that
mean,
came
yeah.
over here, I was always buying it and
I
eating
don't
it.
think they do it really anymore. I don't
No,
ever
I haven't
see it
seen it in a
anymore.
while.
Oh,
But
it's
I've been
so
getting
good.
the
Yeah.
white chocolate versions of things, the white chocolate Twix and the white chocolate Kit Kat. Oh my god, it's very nice.
It's
I
too
am guilty
much
as
for
a
me.
white chocolate enjoyer. I'm not gonna lie.
I do
No,
enjoy
see,
it when it's like a
I'm
flavor I've
not
never had
keen.
it on before. If it's just the white chocolate Milky Bar and all that, no. If it's like
Oh,
It's
what
too
other chocolate?
sickly.
guys, have you tried white chocolate digestives like from
No.
McVitie's?
Oh, I've tried the caramel ones.
I
Unbelievable.
have. Yeah. Dark
The
chocolate
caramel
ones,
ones are pretty good, but I mean, so are the dark chocolate, but they're not new at all, right?
yeah.
But like,
No.
I mean, the milk chocolate's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. The plains are pretty good, but the white chocolate, oh,
As soon as we talk about
Oh,
white chocolate, everyone's
baby.
coming out of the
mm.
woodworks.
Spectral chocolate.
But yeah, the Biscoff one, it really does taste like a Biscoff covered in dairy milk chocolate. and it's very tasty.
Nice.
You would hope
That does
so, to be
sound
honest.
ideal.
Yeah, but you know
Well,
what
by
those
the way,
flavors where they go like it tastes a bit like it, or there's not really the flavor, there's not really
As a
that
breakfast
substance
cereal, yeah.
inside it, but it is. It really is just a Biscoff covered in dairy milk chocolate, and it's very tasty. I wonder if they'll do a white chocolate version. That would
Have
be
you,
nice.
it wouldn't be dairy milk though, would it?
No,
Because
wait, does dairy
that's
milk
not.
have a white chocolate?
Well, no, because dairy milk is
no, it used to be Dream,
specifically.
wasn't it?
Well, dairy milk is
Or is that
specifically that recipe of
yeah,
chocolate,
it's
right?
that. Yeah,
Like
it's
they're
that
Yeah,
not
but
thing.
dairy
dark
milk
chocolate either
itself
because
is the
that's
name of a
Oreo.
brand because they always say
No,
No, it's
dairy milk dark
Cadbury.
chocolate.
Cadbury
No,
is the
no.
name.
Dairy milk is a specific chocolate.
Yeah.
Glass and half of milk, they say, right? It's a
Oh,
specific
yeah,
chocolate.
I'm getting
That's why there's,
Cadbury's and
there's no
dairy
dairy
milk
milk
is their
dark
name.
chocolate either, right?
Yeah,
Because
Cadbury's is the actual company,
Yes.
whereas the
yeah,
I
I
know
mean
they've
dairy milk is a
done.
brand. You're right, but like it's quite specific. And not most Cadbury chocolate bars don't use dairy milk. And there was a bit of outrage several
yeah,
years ago, right, when
cream
Cream
eggs,
Eggs changed their chocolate to generic
dicks.
instead of
Yeah.
Excuse me.
dairy milk specifically.
Yeah, they are.
No, the way,
They're
no,
like,
the
how
way.
could you
What?
Hang
do
on, in that sentence, the way Reska says, "Oh, they were gonna call it," and then you said dicks. I thought, wait, what? They called it dicks? And it's like, no, you're just calling
Dick's
them a dick.
Sporting Goods, you say?
Oh, have
Yes.
you? Can I just segue quickly? Have you seen this TikTok? I mean, it's probably not
Oh,
even TikTok. It's probably so old it was like a YouTube thing or even a Vine. But the
I'll do it
it's
for the
like in
vine.
Australia, and like they have a cider called Dickens cider, and there's a load of people just like doing an interview going, "This is why I love Dickens cider," and all this stuff. And of course, like you can tell what the joke is straight away from the name, and when they're saying it in their Aussie accent as well, it's so funny because it's like a
Uh,
TV commercial. And
no,
no one seems
it's
to get what they're trying to say. It's
that
like so
with
obvious.
you're saying it's the drink, but it's the Australian TV commercial that I remember being funny was when they were trying to say the word deck when they were talking about painting their deck, but it
Yeah, I
sounds
remember
like
that as
they're
well.
saying dick, and that was the funny part because they just you would just hear, "I'm painting my dick."
Yeah, well, the Aussies like some of the really strong accents. You're just like, oh my god, this sounds so strange. But
Love a bit of
yeah,
Aussie,
Australia is cool.
bit of cork.
I didn't plan this at all, but today I bought the Dairy Milk Biscoff because I saw it and I
Oh,
picked it up
Oh,
and I
you
bought it.
did.
Okay, shall I try it
Take a bite
live
right now,
I'm
on
not trying
live
to do
on
it.
stream?
stream, and have
God,
a
I'm gonna
food
grab. I'm
orgasm.
gonna take off. Wait,
Wait, what?
take off my headphones.
can
I'm gonna
I?
grab it.
Okay, while you're grabbing your dick, while you're grabbing the dairy milk, have you? I don't think you wouldn't have had it at Anish when that day because I think it came out today. But the Biscoff McFlurry,
Yes, I did.
that is. Oh, you have had that.
I've had
That's
that.
that's
That was
definitely
I as
something.
soon as it was announced, I was like, my sister's crazy
Yeah,
about McDonald's. I went, McDonald's, I'm having this." I tried all the
yeah.
What
new ones.
happened at
I
McDonald's?
tried the Biscoff McFlurry.
They got yes,
Oh,
new come out like yesterday or
Oh no, it's
last
been out
week.
before. I've had it months ago when it came out last time.
Oh,
The newer one I tried as well was the sour apple for the Minecraft
oh,
stuff.
I had that.
That was so
Yeah, it's weird.
nice.
That
It was
was yeah, it
green.
was quite good. Yeah,
I love
it
myself some
probably the
apples.
amount of E numbers and crap in it, is probably a lot, but yeah,
And
it was quite good.
I also had the chicken katsu wrap. That
Yeah, I
was
don't care
nice.
about that. I think that's a bit boring, to be honest with
What,
you.
a curry
To be completely
wrap? The only
honest.
curry I can eat without dying?
But it's not even like most curries that you've probably had are mild, surely. Like
Yes.
masala, like tikka masala you must have had.
Yeah, but if I go over the spice threshold, you've seen what I'm like when I have my
The
my
Korean
Korean chicken,
one.
which I actually bought from the local supermarket because obviously they have the Japanese restaurant kiosk, and I just picked up some. Yeah, I also died then. This is just a ghost
It's
talking.
it's not even hot. I swear to God. I don't know why you
You
think
should
it's hot.
try
It's
it.
like
For the low
I've
spice
tried
tolerance
it.
I have, it does kill me, and you've seen
It's a
what it
nice
does to
little
me.
kick. It's a
Yeah,
nice kick to it. I
nice
think
kick
it's
to
really
you, but
good.
it's like a kick to the face to me. A literal
Oh
kick
yeah,
to the
well,
face. But
you do need
rest,
a dick insider.
oh God.
put your dick
Just
inside
to
it. What?
segue from McDonald's, Stormzy has responded to me.
Who?
To you.
Stormzy, yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I've spoken to you guys about the Stormzy meal
Your
and
hatred for it,
yeah, and the inclusion of Sprite. Well,
yeah.
in what I could only describe as a response to myself specifically, Stormzy's put out a diss track today
Yeah.
at
To rescue
me.
Casey.
I could only assume it's a diss track at me. I must be. I know nothing else it could be. There's a line in it that says, "I heard they want to hang me out to dry for a nugget meal," in response to criticism over his work with McDonald's, I think
That's
in
funny.
general, but maybe the content of his nugget meal, as he puts it, maybe the Sprite in
It's
particular was a
nuggies.
sticking point. So Stormzy has heard the complaints of Waz or me
Yes.
and has responded in a diss track to Rescue Kyoso.
That is
That's the
impressive.
only thing I can describe as this being what happened.
Man, like it's
um,
so strange.
I
So
know what a
strange.
weird line of a rap song, like honestly. It's
Nugget Meal's rubbish. It's generally rubbish. I hate that. The Minecraft one made more sense. The meal, the adult Happy Meal, whatever they want to call it. I just
adult.
don't get adult. Oh, good friend.
The only thing I
But
wanted
like,
was the B, but I didn't want to chance it against all the other crappy ones.
then
What's
you
that,
want
Aaron?
the
I wanted the bee
come on,
toy because the bee looked cool. The rest of them looked meh. I didn't want to waste and get like all the other ones before I got my bee.
Jig and Juggy. Yeah,
Chicken
that is.
jerky.
Don't get me started about that. I've watched too many news articles and news things about the whole Minecraft memes and people going
About
crazy and
Chicken Juggy.
throwing popcorn and making it a disaster for all the staff working there just because
Star.
tiny ass zombie sat on a chicken that is in the game anyway, which
Chicken
no one
Juggy.
mentions. And then as soon as it's on the movie and they go chicken jockey, everyone loses their minds and throws things everywhere.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Chicken jerky.
It was
Chicken
ridiculous. And now
Juggy.
they're releasing it again with another theater release of a sing along version. That's going to
And
be
Oh
that's
yeah,
that's the
well,
thing. This is the thing. It's
that
like
sounds
The
amazing.
Room. I mean,
Yeah,
me
it
and
is.
Guy
Yeah.
have seen The Room in the cinema,
Oh,
and
not the whole
people,
spoon bit.
yeah, people bring plastic spoons
Oh.
to chuck on a specific thing, and they'll shout spoons. Once they shouted fork because there's that one fork scene too.
Yeah, the one
Um,
fork. Yeah.
Well, he threw a
and
TV in the movie. Are
honestly,
they going to throw TVs at the cinema screen?
well,
Yeah,
thankfully
that's nothing
not.
to do with it.
I
But what
did
I mean
That'd be
is,
not, you
expensive.
I did not.
Minecraft movie will enter this niche, cult classic sort of
Well,
type
yeah.
of movie where the cinema screenings are stupid on purpose. And when
Yeah.
it becomes that and not like interfering with actual normal cinema workers, I want to go see that. I want to go see the Minecraft movie in a similar setting to how I watched The Room from Tommy Wiseau, which was one of the most hilarious and brilliant cinema experiences I've had.
That was
Well, I
funny.
Yeah,
haven't seen it
that is the
yet,
only way
so
I'll
let's
watch
do a whole
Minecraft movie.
WAS trip and watch the Minecraft movie and then give it a rating.
Well, I can probably rate it now.
10 out of 10. Yeah,
Well,
I'd probably rate it.
I obviously I know there's a lot of sides. People say it's bad, and some people say it's good. But the only people that says it's bad
I
are the adult gamers of
Yeah,
Minecraft.
I don't think
But
I
the
have
film
has
is
someone said it's good?
the
I don't think
Like,
I've heard anyone say it's
I've only
bad,
heard
to
people
be
say it's
honest.
good when
what
it's
really?
because it was aimed
Yeah.
at it's aimed at kid humor, where it's like the most stupidest things that people find funny, but it's kids finding funny, but we won't find funny. But the
I
adults
mean,
who play
you
the
wouldn't
game
know.
thought the movie was catered to them, but it's not. It's just catered to just a generic kid movie.
Well, my main issue with it is it looks cheap as fuck. Like Steve is just Jack Black with a teal
Being,
T-shirt.
yeah,
Like
I'm
it's just
Steve.
Jack Black, and then Jason Momoa, like it's just him. Like I know he's meant to be transformed from he traveled into the world from the real world or whatever, but he's just there's no character design. You know what I mean? Like it's just some guy,
yeah.
and Steve is also some guy, and it's like, could you not have put a bit more money into the
Steve.
Well,
Minecraft
the funny
movie of
thing is
all
as well
things?
with that, where he turns up and goes, "I am Steve." They changed the way he says it in the final cut to the actual trailer, and that's was the most stupid thing ever. That's the only thing I found about it. But I haven't seen it yet,
The
but
thing
I
is,
will watch it at some point.
though, once again, like it may look like yeah cheap and stuff, and I completely understand that there's gonna be like it's not gonna be fantastic, but once again, it's done incredibly well. Like probably the memes, of course, and that helped, but it generally looks like a good kids movie, like as in like it's sort of funny and like some of the stuff on it, I feel like yeah, maybe it is sort of this bit's targeted more to adults, and it's like a little sort of subtle things they put
Adult.
in and all. But it's just like Jack Black as well, man. Like he's just brilliant. He's
Yeah,
just
he's
brilliant. I'm
good. I
sorry.
like him. I liked him in School Rock and all that kind of stuff. Um,
Yeah, and he was great in even like and he always has to release a song all the time because we got Peaches like 2023. Which was a fantastic song.
but
So like,
it's
and then now we got the Lava Chicken, which is actually on the actual radio in the top 40 in
it's
England. It's
just
just
him singing
mental.
about lava chicken.
Exactly. It's a good song though,
The
and it's
last meme
catchy.
that
That's
I
all it is.
remember because of cinemas was any other film to do with Funimation, I think it was. People would just randomly shout Aaron Yeager before the movie started, and it had nothing to do with Attack on Titan or anything. If it's another movie, they would just shout Aaron Yeager, and that was the big meme. Do you not remember that?
Thank you.
Yeah, vaguely. I mean,
Yeah,
I remember hearing about it from you more than anything else, but yeah.
because it happened when we watched a movie, an anime movie, where it went quiet just before the movie started. A random guy went Aaron
Yeah.
Yeager.
Was that at the festival? Because I mean, they're just memeing,
Yeah,
but yeah,
that was at the
that's funny.
festival. But yeah, it was just like, we're talking about movies. Guess what's coming out May 14th in 4K in the cinema?
Wait, is it the Miku movie?
No, it's the Demon Slayer train movie.
Oh, for fuck's sake. When's the Miku movie coming out?
I don't
Probably
know, but
after
I've
that.
seen people
Mama
see. There's
Miku, Mama
someone.
movie.
There's a friend of mine in Australia who's watched it, so it's out.
Same? Well,
Hmm?
they're not in Australia anymore.
Huh?
I had a friend in Australia who's seen it,
Yeah.
but they're not in Australia anymore. So
No, they live in Australia.
yeah, no, they did, but they don't anymore. In the
Wait,
last few days, they've no longer living in Australia.
are we talking about the same person?
No,
No.
almost certainly not.
So don't confuse me.
I don't even know what's
Well, I
going on.
just said same.
Same? Oh, you mean saying they've
But
seen
yeah,
it? Okay.
yeah. I also
So-
had a friend in
What's going on?
Australia who has seen
I was
Miku.
also
Is it
man from
only
Peru
because
as
it's
well.
out in Australia first?
Well, yeah,
Because I haven't
clearly.
seen anything
We
to
know
it over
two
here.
people between us that have seen it in Australia. So,
Didn't Guy have a run-in with Miku twice in his life?
In my life,
Well,
probably
so
more than
far,
twice.
yeah, but I mean, like, randomly.
So
You
what you
didn't
think
go
it's
to...
gonna be more? Like
No, like,
it's
I
not
know,
gonna
Well, you
be
like...
in
never know.
anyway.
No, like, when we go to
Yeah,
Comic-Con, that's more
Miku can
expected or stuff like
strike.
that. But I mean, like, in general day-to-day life, you've bumped into a Miku
Oh,
twice.
You've
Or has it been more
only
than
met
twice?
Miku twice. Wait, has it been
well, the
twice?
thing.
What was the first one? Oh
The
no, I know.
bowling
So the
Yeah,
incident.
first one was
yeah, I
many,
remember
many
now.
years ago. That was weird. I was more interested in Nibuki because that was a way cooler cosplay.
Yeah, I remember
But
her.
like yeah, I mean the other day, I mean I won't go into too much detail because I'll be doxing myself, whatever. But basically, I saw someone in the middle of a Wednesday, like any other Wednesday, in the middle of the day, just dressed as Miku, just casually,
Just
but
casually.
She
without
was
the wig,
probably
without
just
the
getting
wig.
in the mood for the WAS podcast, which
I would
unfortunately then didn't
imagine.
happen.
Well, isn't that what?
So.
Yeah, I say, isn't that what everyone does on Wednesday anyway? Isn't it like church? Like it's basically like that's what people do on Wednesdays. Just
We are now
get ready,
becoming a
excited.
religion. We are now taking donations and praise
I mean, all
be wise.
fairness, what else are you
Straight to
gonna
the
do on a
point. I
Wednesday?
like it.
What else are we gonna do?
We'll give
So
you
yeah, no,
instead of the holy water and a bit of bread, we'll give you a soda can and and a Biscoff chocolate bar.
could it be a Dr Pepper? Because that is the best
Speaking of
soda.
Biscoff chocolate bar,
Oh yeah,
shall I?
are you going
We've
to
come
take a
Oh
full
bite?
yeah,
circle, and I will now eat a slice of chocolate.
Is it melted?
I will now eat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
you've been
see.
sick. Finally
Good
ill.
body. I
Thank
need
you.
I need the I need the thing to spit the wine into, except it's chocolate.
Ew, would that
Chocolate.
even flow out the mouth properly? No.
Oh, blow. That's your concern. Disgusting if it's not doesn't flow
Well, no,
properly.
because once it's melted in your mouth, if you try to spit it out, nothing will
Okay.
happen.
Well,
I
okay,
think it will.
if you powerfully spit, which obviously would be very
Yeah,
different to spitting out wine, then you could probably get most of it out. But
yeah, I
I
would
didn't
say.
really think it through because it was a joke.
And also, yeah,
I was
like,
just
why
trying to
would you
taste the
anyway?
chocolate like I was wine tasting, which is why I said like good
Yeah,
body
but
because I
you
think
know, with
that's something they
jokes,
say. I don't
I'm
know.
going to take them apart and
Oh,
question
wrong.
it
I mean,
reality.
yeah,
Plus, you
fair.
don't have a tea to wash it down with because it's very nice when you eat a bit of chocolate, it melts, and then you drink a tea. It's very nice.
Coffee's in there.
Ew.
Just saying.
I've
Just
tasted
saying.
coffee
And I
live on
will.
stream, and it was not a good thing.
That was very funny.
I died,
That was good times.
and here I
It's the
am.
best drink you can have. Exactly. You didn't die very well, did you? Because you're
I'm
right here.
Half-Life. I don't know what it's called.
Still here.
Still here, still.
It realizes what
I
it is.
realized the rhyming word for that
you,
would be
you can
very
tell.
controversial.
I love you can always tell.
uh, yeah. I think we've covered all the topics. Unless anyone
Yeah.
wants to
Oh,
jump in
question
with
time.
something before we look at some questions.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have any questions?
We still have leftover questions from the start.
Do we?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do. No, no.
where do
I thought
we?
we did all of them.
No, we
I don't
did.
really.
Yeah, we
Did
did.
we? Let's have a look. Blah, 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 blah. Where?
In fact, did we even? I actually lost track. Did we do why VTubing?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
I think so.
we did. Okay. Um,
I thought we did them all
Oh,
in
and we did the
first.
favorite
no,
car.
we did. Look, there's a huge one on here from
Big fun.
Aussie that we've definitely not got to. Like that is a full podcast length discussion waiting to happen. But I think before that we have a couple from DDM. Favorite car.
We already did that.
We've done that.
Have we done that?
Because I
Did we do
remember the
favorite driver
whole.
across
Yeah,
all motorsport?
we did the whole. I
Yeah.
did the whole takeover
Yeah.
conversation with Initial D and MF
Okay.
Ghost Cars.
Well, in
Yeah, we
that
got a load
case,
of
we have
complaints from them.
we definitely haven't done this one, which is: would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited games but no games?
That makes no
But
sense.
Think
I like
about
how
it.
you're responding to
You'll
it.
have limited games, but no games. But then I don't have games or limited of the games. The bacon is out of the question.
Well, you could just get bacon anyway. Like bacon doesn't cease to exist with the second option.
Yeah, it's true.
No, but games.
that sways your
Yeah, but
choice.
games don't exist, but you have games. That's the part I don't get. You
Okay,
have
that's so
you
funny.
have
you
so.
gotta think about it. You gotta think about it philosophically, Adara, okay? For example, in my Steam library, let's have a look.
Oh, you have unlimited games, but technically you don't have games because you have too many to play, and then you don't know which ones to play. So technically, you won't play any.
That I think that's the hidden meaning in the very, very
I've
weird
got it.
question.
I'm a genius. Screw you,
I don't actually
Aussie.
think.
So
I don't actually don't think
unlimited
it is, but-
unlimited bacon. Probably not. Unlimited bacon, but no games, or unlimited games, but no games.
Damn it. But anyway, we've got people on our chatters. If there any chatters want to write a question, feel free.
I think.
'Cause,
Well, in the meantime, have either of you been doing anything exciting recently? Like just
having my blood
you know,
drained.
Hey, lucky. Why is that?
I went
They
for a
just
blood
don't really-
test for an MOT, basically, because of health stuff. That's why I've been not very streaming lately. I've been going through a lot
Lately?
of yeah, well, for a while. 21 days in counting.
21, you say?
21 days. Yeah, I've been having medical tests because of certain aspects of my health. I went for my blood test. The nurse went, "Oh, you got a very good vein." Tapping my arm where the vein is. He goes,
Oh dear.
"Well, on my
Throbbing
arm."
vein.
I know what you're thinking, Reska. Disgusting. Anyway, she was a bit wary to do it or not because it was right next. Stop it! It was right next to an artery.
I
And
bet
she
it
didn't
was.
want to get arterial blood instead of vein blood, so she just went for it. Yeah, I 2 vials of blood.
You went,
I'm
for
still
it.
waiting for the results. But yes, I had a whole MOT of everything. Um,
And they don't know what's wrong with you still then.
no, this is my second blood test in 2 years, and they still don't know what's wrong with me. But there is something wrong. They just can't work out
Well, we can
why.
tell, yeah.
There's two.
Imagine they come back to you. You know, you visit again. They come out to you with the results. They look at their clipboard and say, "Oh, Adaro, I got bad news about the diagnosis. It turns out you're a VTuber."
Oh God, that
Oh
would be
God, the
disgusting.
irony! No. Wait,
The
what?
iron helps us play. Yeah, that would be.
The
Oh
iron,
dear.
me kissing the iron
Oh
story.
no, why did I say that again? You're obsessed, mate. You're
Well,
obsessed with.
I like it. No, I don't. I don't know why I did it.
I
No one knows
like
why
it.
I did
Why is it? I like it.
it.
That's
I
creepy.
like it. Nah, but yes. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything's fine. I'm just born the way things have been happening to me. If not, hey
You
ho,
were born this way.
I'll become the new Iron Mouse.
Become the new Iron Man.
But
Iron Man.
hopefully streaming with my end, because I'm streaming now with the podcast, that I will get back into it, like actually properly, because I am dying to get back into the streaming things. I miss it. I found out I missed it after not doing it for so
Well,
long.
I said, should we do like Street Don't Make Cry and stuff? That'd be cool.
I don't know. I don't have any of them yet, and I don't know which one to start with. So maybe you can help me with that.
One. The
Start,
first
yeah,
one.
but that's I. To
Start
be
with
fair, with
one
games
and
like
go
that,
away.
I don't know which ones to start with because like with Persona, it doesn't matter what number it is; it's
Yeah,
still its
but
own
Oh.
game.
most games matter. Most games, like basically, unless they're from, I mean, I was gonna say from Japan, but Devil May Cry is from Japan. But
Yes.
like, obviously, JRPGs and stuff, like RPGs, probably in general, don't really matter. They all seem to share the same thing, like Final Fantasy, where they don't follow from each other. I'd still
Mm.
probably say you should play them in order, not necessarily Final Fantasy, probably from like seven onwards, but like, or maybe six onwards. But like the others, yeah, like I mean, Don't Mind Cry. Although I mean, the first one, if you play in chronological order of the events, the third one is the first. But you're not going to play. You'd have to play like, the third, the first, the second, the fourth, the fifth. It just seems weird. Like, why'd you do
Yeah,
that?
I remember the only after before I watched the Devil May Cry anime, I know years ago the only Devil May Cry game that I saw being played was someone playing it. They came over my house to like
Yeah, that.
play games, but then they ended up just playing Devil May Cry and I was just
Yeah,
watching
and
it.
that one isn't even
The one
part
with the
of the
red coat.
actual thing. You say the red coat.
He was wearing a red coat, wasn't he?
He's always wearing a red coat, isn't he?
That's all I
Like,
remember
isn't it like
from
There
it.
was
He
that
was
was
just
one
jumping
Sunday?
around
Like,
with a red coat. But I just something popped in my head. Reska, I know you like the color yellow, and you know you like cars that are
does he?
yellow.
Does he?
Yes.
yes.
How would you feel that the yellow car in MF Ghost is an Audi R8 V10?
Love Audi R8s.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of the Audi R8,
Well, it's the only
but
yellow
that is
car
pretty
in the
neat.
series. So it's the only one you've got, I'm afraid. There's a green car, but I can't remember what the make is. It's got the three.
Skoda.
I think. No, what's the car with the
It probably
badge
isn't
where
Skoda.
it's three prongs in a circle?
Mercedes.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one you there's I think there's more than
There's
one,
a
isn't there?
green. Let me look up the cars again. But there's one green one and there's one blue one. But the blue one is I'm
It,
not sure about.
oh,
It's got an
my
A on
favorite
it though.
brand. Hey,
Yes, and
he's
a
talking about
French guy drives it.
Celia. Is it Charles de Gaulle?
Ah da da da. MF Ghost, green car.
Yeah, I was thinking of Trident as well, actually. That's what, when Edward said that, that's what I was thinking of straight away, but I don't know if he means that.
If
What
it's
I'm
a
one?
not
circle
sure.
with three prongs in it, that's Mercedes. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know which one.
I got
Could
like
be right.
wait, I got it completely wrong. Apparently, wait. That can't be right.
You?
Oh no,
Keep it
the
roll.
website just crashed on me.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a Mercedes AMG GTR.
I see. Yes,
I
that
found
is a
another one,
Mercedes.
but
that is a
apparently there's
car.
another green car that shows up, and it's an Aston Martin.
Is it Aston Martin Green though?
Y- Yes, driven by Emma Green.
That's convenient.
Absolutely nice.
She has a dark green car, and it's oh, I hasn't appeared yet, but yeah, that's gonna appear in the show. After what I've
Oh,
seen.
it's
What is it?
from the show.
Oh wait,
Was it a Jaguar?
Jaguar.
No, there is no IRE in Jaguar.
No.
I think that website gave me a virus. Oh well.
Oh well, that sounds about right for you.
I was on the MF Ghost Wikipedia and it just crashed.
Uh, Resco, what have you been doing recently? Anything interesting?
Raisin.
Yeah, you were on
Raisin.
racing today. I saw before we made the podcast.
I was. I had to cram in some practice, right? I'll say my
Ram.
adjusted schedule now because I have yet to say this. I did have on my schedule 2 Indy 500s on Saturday.
Oh Jesus.
Two.
Well, yes. However, currently there are 0 Indy 500s happening on Saturday for me. I'll do the Sunday one, but on Saturday, I had a call from a certain Ruby Nekomata who needed a driver. So
What's that
I will
mean?
be. She needed a co-driver for an endurance race.
Oh, I didn't realize the real
Um,
person. So.
that is a real person.
They're a cat.
And
They're not real.
what, cats aren't real?
No,
Yeah.
not the
And
tall,
elves
pink-haired,
are like
cocky ones. I don't know. Is she
elves are real.
pink-haired? What color's her hair?
It's like teal, blue.
Oh, I got the wrong person. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, you might be thinking of Asa.
Yes, the
No.
laptop.
Yeah, she's the Australian
Pervasive.
friend that no longer lives in Australia, by the way. She now lives in Ireland.
What a
But
weird
yes.
transition
Well, she's
from
actually
Well, that's
Irish.
true.
okay. Well,
That makes much more sense.
so they
She's actually moved back.
oh
But yeah.
back. Okay, I was just like, who would leave Australia for Ireland?
I mean, there are advantages to living
That
in
would be
Europe
right.
compared to Australia.
No, to
I
be
mean, I
fair,
would
which
say.
depends on
But
which side of Ireland because of the EU stuff.
it is the Republic of Ireland. So
So that is the south.
it's the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, so the south.
It's called the Republic of Ireland.
Yes, which
It's
is the
not
south of
South
Ireland.
Ireland.
The north of Ireland is
You know
the one that's still part of the
why?
UK,
There's Northern Ireland
and the
and
south
the
of
And
Ireland,
then the
Republic of
Republic.
Ireland.
which is
It's
the
not the
south.
South.
It's the south.
The
Yeah, but it's
ironic
not
thing is, though,
called.
yeah, but there are parts of the Republic of Ireland that are more north than anywhere in Northern Ireland, which I find
Oh
quite
yeah,
Yeah, well,
because it
just
interesting.
goes
but
weirdly up
typical. Don't make any sense.
Exactly. So
because
it's
they only
all
got a little
dumb
bit.
anyway. But anyway, all of this is irrelevant because what I tried to say is that I
You're
will be
driving.
joining Ruby Nekomata in the Samantha Tan Racing Esports car in the Majors Endurance Championship race on Saturday at Spa. So no pressure, but I'll be on like an actual esports team's
See
car
it?
roster with Ruby. So
Jesus.
I was cramming in some practice and trying to get my times down because I want to do my very best in that race to the point where I am considering not streaming to be more
Whoa.
focused. Like I might not stream on Saturday. I think I will, but I might not.
What are you, Adderall or something? Like,
Wait,
Jesus.
you're
I
not
believe Ruby
streaming? What?
will.
I'm confused.
I might not. Ruby will be streaming anyway, either
Oh,
on her channel or on the Samantha Tan Racing channel. And yeah, I'll probably stream, but I want to really have a good go at that because that is a huge opportunity, I guess, in a very good team.
well, I have
So
found something that because obviously we've been talking about racing that I posted in our Discord and didn't post it in the right section. Uh the Formula Legends announcement trailer for PS5 and PS4 game. I don't know if you guys saw that when I
Oh
posted
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we didn't put that in the thread, did we?
Hey, what game?
That is, it's called Formula Legends. It's like an arcade style racing game. I think kind of like Art of Rally, if you've seen that style, or maybe cross that with Circuit Superstars. But what it is an arcade racing game, but all the cars are like it's F1 cars, right? But from like
Yeah.
every era. So they have like modern F1 cars, but then they have
Okay.
like really ancient F1 cars or like 70s F1 cars, like whatever. But it's an arcade city game. But I think not like a kart racing level, but like it's not a simulator either, right? It's in between, and the cars are kind of chibi style, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it looks fun
Hmm.
and cool. It's obviously not licensed or anything. It's just generic F1 ish cars that look clearly like certain teams and cars of all of history. But it looks fun, and yeah, if that's on like a console and we can get it, maybe we should.
But does
Maybe
that
we should.
like obviously with the older cars, they like, I mean, are they gonna have like different stats? Because surely if you got a really
Yeah, I
old
assume so.
F1
Well,
car,
I think you
you're
race
massively
similar
disadvantaged.
categories. Yeah, they only showed in the trailer cars from the same period racing each other.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not even possible to mix and match.
Yeah,
But I don't
maybe.
know.
Yeah. Just
Um,
seems like you would have a huge disadvantage, but
Yeah, and they
you
showed
know,
like DRS opening. I don't know if they have like hybrid stuff as well, but like it seems like stuff like that is modeled. I imagine like the massive turbos in those cars that had them should be simulated too. I say simulated, but like it'll be a thing you have to think about when driving it.
yeah,
So it seemed like there's some level of like, hey, you got all the features and aspects of this Formula One car, even if it
yeah,
is, turned into an arcade racer. If you ever played Circuit Superstars or saw that, I streamed that once on the WAS channel like 100 years ago. Um, that's similar because that's like a top-down racer, right? But like all the cars behave like they should because they're all sorts of real racing cars, and they even have pit stops, and you'd refill your fuel, and you'd have tire wear. It'd all be very simple, but like it's quite good for an arcade game to have things like that. It's like it's interesting cross of sim and arcade, and maybe the Formula. What's it called? Formula something? Formula Superstars? It's not Superstars, is it?
Wait, what? The one I was,
What was it called?
which
Yeah,
one I'm talking
what
about?
legends?
Formula Legends, is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Formula
Yes.
Legends. Yes.
So yeah, that will be interesting when it comes out. I'm not sure when that comes out, but I'll be looking out for that.
nice, nice. Well, I was going to say actually, just to completely off tangent and go nowhere near like what you anyone's been talking about today. I've actually been getting into reading again now, like not
Wow,
manga, anime.
Sherlock.
Um,
Excuse me, I
but
read
no, not
novels
Sherlock.
too.
Excuse me, like so angry.
Excuse
But
me, I read novels.
but
Yeah,
no,
carry on.
actually, I'm starting to read because I've told you before, Reska, I've got this massive Lord of the Rings
He's become an old
um
man.
box. How's that an old man?
No, carry on.
Reading the that's
You
quite
just said
strange.
you read two, and they
Yeah,
suited.
it's actually got
I
angry
have
that
to because
he
I'm
accused.
sophisticated as a prince. But anyway,
But
Facile.
anyway, yeah, I've been reading the Lord of the Rings again, the whole collection with my massive book, and it's so good, man. And like, it's sort of inspired me to read. Like, I really want to get into like sort of not well, I'm sort of trying to find originally like a podcast of people either reading or doing certain things, but I want to really get into like these horror sort of books because I actually realized the other day when I was just sort of skimming, I went to one of the local Waterstones and I was looking, I was like, oh man, I really enjoy horror. Like, the thing I hate about horror is jump scares. Like, I just think it's just cheap and it's just annoying. But like, the idea of like horror and the sort of the feeling you get when you read or like watch a bit of horror that's actually good is like so good that I'm just like, oh man, I really want to get into some. But I just obviously have no idea what to read. I have like zero like where to even start, like do you go to like what to read like Dracula and Frankenstein, which I've already done anyway, so it's like I don't want to read those. They're really old as well, and it's to the point where they're so old that actually the horror in it is just is menial, like it's not great. But I mean, I've actually I mean, I don't know if either of you must have read some of their stuff before, but Anthony Horowitz's stuff.
Oh yeah, I
Like
mean for sure.
from like,
I liked obviously I liked Alex Rider, but also
of
the Power of
course, yeah,
Five,
yeah.
which I never finished. I
Alex
really liked the
Rider
Power of
with the
Five.
Stormbreaker.
Yes.
And the many other books, yeah.
Well, I only watched
But
the movie Stormbreaker.
Oh come
And then the TV
on.
series of
oh,
Alex
man.
Rider now, apparently.
Oh, like
Oh
what? But why?
god.
But
You
there's a
missed the
good
best
horror.
part of it.
I know it's Japanese and all that, but a good
I
horror
won't be what? Yeah.
books are done by Junji Ito. Ito.
Junji Ito.
Junji Ito, yes. He is
Okay,
the
carry on.
famous person with horror, and I do still I've watched
Famous.
some of the shows.
But
I've got the
what's
books.
the books? You haven't told me what it is.
Well, books by him. He's done Frankenstein. He's done a version of that.
I've read.
What?
You're giving me
Franken
some already read anyway, and it's already out,
Frankenstein.
and I can get it.
Sorry, he made in 1999.
Frankenstein. What is it like? What's the difference?
Steinstein. I don't know. Stein. That's still Stein in the way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Stein.
that's literally
I read it
Frankenstein.
Let's
wrong.
make it stop.
But there's like his story collections and stuff that I have, and it's just like all these stories in like one book, and it's yeah, it is horror, and it is like that kind of horror. I do recommend.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot to read. I mean, the main reason I was saying about anti-horror is because I've read a lot of Horowitz books before. I've read like
Yeah,
the
sorry.
actual really
Can
good ones.
I have to interrupt because I think Adaros thought you were talking about horror books, which is why he had
Well,
that
what with
tangent.
Horowitz?
But no, the guy's name is Anthony Horowitz.
Oh my
I just
God.
want to clear that. I was a bit confused there, but I thought you may have mentioned a horror book, but I think that's not
No,
what
I thought he
happened.
was mentioning he wanted to get into reading more horror.
Yeah, I did say that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay,
going
right.
off. Not
Oh, I thought
the
Okay,
you were
fair
saying
enough.
when
anti-horror.
When I said Horowitz, he thought I was saying
No,
When,
like
when
but
you
I
went back
was
to Horowitz, I was like, wait, is that why this conversation happened?
no, I wanted to mention that horror, but obviously I didn't want to butt in and all that. I was
no,
waiting for an
that's fine.
opening. But and also another horror one is Tokyo Ghoul. That's a good horror.
No, definitely not. No, I mean, I think I will start Horowitz just to start with because, like I said, I mean, if you, Adro should definitely read them. The House of Silk and the Moriarty books that he's done, which obviously Sherlock Holmes are fantastic. Like they're amazing. You should read those. But like, yeah, I do need to get into reading a bit more. And like I said, I do like the idea of like on-screen horror. Like, I really like old-fashioned ones. Like I've watched like Friday the 13th and like Nightmare on Elm Street and the classics, and they're really good because they're actually they're horror and they're not like a jump scare. Because I don't think jump scare is horror. Like making someone jump isn't. That's not what horror is. Like it's when you play like Dead by Daylight, for example, and the heartbeat comes on, it gets your adrenaline going, and that's horror. Like it's the idea of it, not just. And that's why I didn't play Until Dawn because I was just jump scare galore. I'm like, it's just that's not scary.
Hmm.
That's just to the point where it's annoying because it's just like I don't want to keep jumping. Like, what's the fun in just jumping or flinching all the time? It's like, oh, great. It doesn't make me think, oh, I'm so scared. It makes me think, well, that's a pain in the ass. And that's
Wow.
why, I want just horror. There's some games that are fantastic for just actual proper, like old school horror, and like Dead by Daylight is good in the aspect of the horror, but it's a bit silly. It's fun, it's not exactly like it's scary in any way, but it can be, when you're one on one with the killer or something, that can be quite sort of, you're a bit like shit, by
Yes.
myself. Last line defense sort of thing. But yeah, no, I think that I want to just get more into it, get more into reading anyway, and sort of see where that takes me. But
Like as you said,
it's
like
quite good.
I read like horror stuff and I like horror shows and stuff. But guess what scared me more than anything? That I used to hide
Oscar
behind the
face.
sofa or hide behind the pillow
Wait,
anytime
wait,
the
let me
movie was
guess.
on.
Let me guess. Why
Oh,
did you say
your
movie?
mirror?
Hmm? Do you say the mirror? You ass.
Yes, I did. I
Yeah,
said
I
your
was
Well,
mirror
just too
specific.
great for any mirror. They couldn't produce my shyness. Shyness? Shyness. No.
fine.
It was the skeletons from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Your closet? Oh.
Anytime they came on as the skeleton version of themselves,
Yeah,
that was
but
the most scariest thing. But now I can watch
we were
horror no
quite young,
problem.
man.
Huh?
I mean, that's so back then we were like, when that film came out, it was. I mean, we were
Telly
pretty damn young.
Riley says Teletubbies.
Yes, Teletubbies were
They
scary.
are
Nah,
creepy.
They
are
are creepy. Now,
yeah.
as an adult, they're creepy, but as kids, they were fine. Like that whole like lion, the lion on the 2D lion on the skateboard. That's freaking
What?
terrifying.
2D lion?
Look up
That
the lion
that's
on
only in
from
your
Telly.
dreams.
Look up the lion from
What?
In
Teletubbies and tell me that is not creepy
I don't remember
as
I
an
there being a
adult.
remember this.
lion.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember this.
I
Let
remember the
me.
sun, which was a
Yeah,
baby. That was
if you
weird.
Google it, you'll remember it. But it's such an obscure part of
Yeah.
the Teletubbies, honestly.
Yeah,
But it
that
is pretty
terrified
creepy
me as
now
a
that I look
kid.
back at it. Well, the
The
stupid thing is, it's clearly on wheels anyway. Like, what?
It's just his
Like,
face and
what
his
the fuck?
eyes. The way he just eyes
Oh,
it
the
look
They do
weird.
have
bear.
like
There's a
dead eyes,
bear as
don't they?
well. Oh no. The
It's so
bear was worse,
Oh
man.
yeah,
The
the bear.
bear's
Oh, that was so
awful.
creepy.
you have to send a picture
Bear
of
is
this bear.
actually awful. Like, honest, imagine this moving with its arms, right? I'm gonna post it in the private Discord.
Why are kids show stuff though out of context so creepy? Like it
Actually,
really is.
Well, they don't make
awful.
them like this
Yeah. Oh no, I
anymore.
do remember that bear. I
Look,
do feel like I remember hating or like being afraid of that bear.
look, it's coming out from behind the trees in this shot that's uploading. There
And
we
they're
go.
hunting them
What
as
Oh, it's so
on?
well. They're
creepy.
not friendly. They were there to hunt the Teletubbies.
That's actually horrific.
I
God,
don't get
Riley,
kid shows.
what's the word? Post-traumatic stress? What are you doing to us? I'm gonna have nightmares of the
Yeah.
bloody bear and the lion from Teletubbies.
Wait, they've
They are
added.
weird, aren't they?
What game is this? Gary's mod. They've added the lion to Gary's mod and the
Oh
bear.
no, I don't want
Oh,
any of those. That would creep me out. Don't want either
Oh
of those in that
dear.
game. That'd be gross.
well,
I'd be sick.
I'm throwing Riley in front of that bear if I see it in my dreams.
Just weird though. Isn't it? It's like why kids shows got so many weird, creepy things like that. Like, and kids don't seem to think it's creepy, and then everyone else is like, "Yeah, this is incredibly creepy." Like, ugh, gross.
Yeah, now all it is now is Baby Shark. It's
Baby
like
Shark.
Baby shark doo doo
they
doo doo
like
doo
they
doo.
basically
No,
what they I think with our TV growing up, they kind of like was testing the waters of what they could get away with. And now it's just all that same 3D animation, all looks the same, annoying song.
No.
They don't
we
make
had
AI
them
very
like,
slop
good
on
TV.
YouTube Kids.
hmm?
Yeah,
AI
that is a
slop on
problem.
YouTube Kids.
Yeah, like, well, even that, the kids now just watch normal YouTubers and grow up with them. There's no need for kid TV shows anymore.
I heard they watch WWAS a lot. To be honest.
We are their favorites. No.
Yeah, see,
I'm not
see
sure
that.
that's the best influence.
Yeah,
That'd be terrible.
getting them into driving. Well, you've ruined the
What's wrong
world.
with
You
driving?
doomed us all.
Well,
You're killing the
as we
planet.
recall, it was dull and
Uh,
boring. I'm pretty sure I remember.
Yeah, from
I
the
drive
street.
hybrid cars on occasion, even electric sometimes.
Yeah, drive just
Sometimes.
electric.
No, there aren't enough electric race cars
If I can't get an
available.
electric car, the car I'm gonna get, I'm gonna rip the engine out and replace it with an electric
I
engine.
just so
You won't do that because you'll realize how expensive that would be.
I know.
so pointless.
Or just
I
turn
don't.
my manual into an automatic.
That's
I
even
don't do that either.
worse. That is
Why
actually,
just
you
drive a
may as well
manual?
just get an automatic. Like, what's
Yeah.
even the?
But the car I want, it doesn't make an automatic. They do make an electric version, though.
I mean, you gotta. There's so many factors before you get this car. Like, you need to learn how to drive first. Like, you should really do that before anything else.
I know. I showed my grandparents my driving skills on that GTA short of me in that 4x4 and Resco losing himself. They couldn't watch it because of
What?
how I died across the road.
It's not real though. I mean, you're not gonna drive that in real life, are you? Like,
No, but I was just saying, I was just being funny. I was like, oh, this is my driving skill at the moment. And then I showed it. You couldn't even watch it.
you are
But I
mentalist.
do want to practice more
Easy,
simulation driving before I then want
maybe.
to drive. But then it's just trying to find the right game.
Just don't play any of them, to be honest.
I do
Good
want to
idea. Look at how I
Yeah,
turned out.
exactly.
dull and boring and covered in piss.
Those are three
Eh,
things that describe me. Yes.
exactly. Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect indeed. Where I've
Poor Oscar.
Are we ready to wrap up?
I am like Sheldon.
What?
Oh, really
I'm
annoying, or
smart and annoying and always
huh?
right.
And humble?
Is Sheldon
So the
humble?
humble one.
Sheldon's no,
Okay.
Sheldon's the autistic guy who always has to
I
be
hate
right.
Sheldon.
I
That sounds like you. I hate Sheldon. I honestly like. I apologize to everybody. I may
What
have said it before, but I hate Big Bang Theory. I can't stand it. It's just not funny.
I used to watch it all the time because I could see
Exactly.
myself in at least I could
At
see.
least all of the.
No, I could see part of me in each character because each character was based off a particular type of person, but then I would basically see myself in something from each because I wasn't just the one person character wise. Like I got a bit of Sheldon, but then I've also got a bit of Leonard the way he
Yeah, but
is.
Sheldon's just like too. He's just too much.
Sheldon
Like
is
I just
very
can't.
autistic. I'm partly
Yeah,
autistic,
but he. Okay, but I mean, he's just as a character. I think he's just too much. Like he's too much to handle.
but that's
And you don't.
basically
I
what
just
it
don't
is
find
like
him
living with an
funny though.
autistic person, the way he is.
Well, maybe I don't know, but like I mean, I don't know because I haven't done that. But like he's just not the whole problem. Remember, the show's supposed to be a comedy. I just don't find him funny.
Oh, like
Like,
okay,
I
I
literally
agree
just
with
don't
you on
find him funny.
that front. There was some funny moments, but it gets ruined when they do the
Yeah, I
canned
mean there is.
laughter.
Well, I don't mind the canned laughter because I love Friends, but like I don't mind. Some of it is funny because I'm not going to turn and go, "Oh, none of it's funny," and I'm just going to be those people that don't laugh because I don't like it. But like, it's not enough for a comedy. Like, it is a comedy at the end of the day. And it's just a bit like I get to the point where I'm like, okay, like I actually feel. I mean, the canned laughter probably doesn't help, but it does. It honestly feels like they're like, laugh
They're
then, but what
forcing it.
laugh?
Yeah, they're forcing it. But like there is
But
some funny
but
stuff in
then
there.
when you don't, if you don't notice the canned laughter, which I don't even in Friends, because it is actually generally, I find generally funny. Like I don't never even notice canned laughter. I know a lot of people don't watch it because of it, but it's like I don't even notice in that. But in Big Bang Theory, I really
I
notice them
think
trying
it's
to push
because
you to laugh.
also I've seen Friends so much throughout the years that the jokes
I
aren't
mean, I have as well.
don't hit as they don't
No,
hit
but they never are going
funny
to,
as
are
they
they?
used to when you've just constantly just always having it on TV in the
well, everything would be like
afternoons.
that though, right?
Um, but yeah, Big Bang Theory, just
Rightly
on and
so.
off, it was kind of funny
Um,
because it was also showing how our lives are technically like minus the university. It
yeah,
was
but
all
they're
the
not
nerdy
though.
stuff.
Not they, but they're really not though. They're
The whole
not
Comic
like.
Con episode and all that, which basically
Yeah, but that okay.
explains
Yeah,
my
one
parents about
episode.
Comic Con and stuff, the Doctor Who
Yeah, but
references and all that. You know, it
they're not like us at all though. Really, like if none of us are like them. Like to the point where you can relate to them because I even think they're like I mean obviously they're incredibly smart, which none of us are, for one anyway. And it's just a bit like they're not they're nerds, but they're not. It's not funny for. Like, I feel like anyone
It,
who's a
it,
nerd doesn't seem to like the show, so it obviously doesn't really
yeah, it
work very
strikes me
well.
as a show that's written by people who are not
yeah,
nerds.
I
Yeah,
can see
that's
how it can be
exactly what it feels like me.
it can be pointing fun
The intended audience is
as
also not
jokes.
nerds.
Yeah,
So yeah, whereas I like let's say IT crowd for instance, I feel like that is
yeah, brilliant.
that is enjoyed by a lot of people, but I feel like that the style of nerdy humor, let's say, is kind of more like something that nerdy people would actually enjoy. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. This is just like almost like a mainstream show that is like, well, we got to have a synopsis or we got to have like ideas for these characters and people laugh at nerds. Like I'm not saying like even in a bad way like they're taking them piss or whatever, but it's just a bit like oh look, because I've had people like oh you guys must be like that sort of thing. It's like nothing like it at all. Like it's so like it's one of those things again where it's like over the top nerdy. Like even the way they speak and that is all like really nasally and like just over the top. Like it's not. They don't. I mean, I guess actually the guy who plays Sheldon does sound like the guy, but he sounds similar to him, and I've heard him. What's his name? Jim something Parsons. But like, I don't know. It's
Parsons.
just so Parsons. But it's so I don't know. It's so forced again, and I understand why people like it. I generally don't hate the show. Like, I just don't find it funny. It's
Like yeah, like
something that I can never change my opinion on. Basically,
when it like first came out and all that, I watched a bit of the reruns and stuff. Like I enjoyed it here and there, but now, yeah, I won't watch it. But like, yeah, it was something to watch, and it was it had its moments. There are shows like that do have their moments where it's like good in some aspects and all that. But yeah, it was just mainly just showing, yeah, just the nerdy life, I guess, in one way
Well,
or
it was
another.
it was better. It was better when they had the serious moments in that show, like when they actually had like character development and stuff. I was like, okay, I can get behind this a bit. Like, there's actually a serious plot point going on, which is much better than the stupid comedy that isn't actually stupid and isn't funny. Like, it's just there's some there's actually good stuff in that show. It just they've got I just unlikable characters, which I definitely am on the minority because people love the characters, but I really just don't. There's not a character there out of any of them that I think I can one relate to or two even think anything about them. I've actually watched quite a lot of Big Bang Theory, like against my will, and it's just like it's the
Is it the
characters are
same person that watches
bland.
Friends a lot?
Yeah, but it's like the. I mean, yeah, but I watch Friends like
I
tons
know, but
anyway.
they're
Yeah.
obsessed with Friends to the point where they've
I mean,
got the box set.
Friends is though, like I would say is the best sitcom you're ever going to get, but that will definitely be people will definitely disagree with that because there's a
I
lot of good
think
ones.
Friends only got like its fame after it was broadcast.
It's
Like
pretty
it
big
became more
back when it
famous
came
with
out.
like
Yeah,
other
it was.
generations than what it was made
Yeah,
for.
it was obviously popular. It was a successful show already, right? But the sort of modern day, like last 10 years. I mean, it's faded off a bit now, but like 10 years ago, let's say, it was like blowing up a bit more, right? It had
Yeah,
this resurgence for whatever
yeah, the younger
reason,
generation, basically getting into it, but yeah, no, it has. Yeah, that did have a big thing, which is quite cool. And obviously, I mean, I watched the last episode, at least the last episode, while it was airing, and that's in 2004. Like, that's just insane. Like, so many people would have been live. It's just mental. But it's like it's such a classic, and I still do find it like even though I know what's going to happen. Of course, I've seen it multiple times. I do still find it quite funny, and I do still find bits that are like. I'm like, oh, actually, I didn't realize that the first few times I watched it, like this joke, or there's a subtle like
Yeah, the
innuendo or
innuendos
something.
and all that we actually get now
It's all
than we did
cool.
when we first watched it.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah, when we were kids or whatever, or younger, a lot younger.
My
Obviously,
favorite
it's a bit
character is
like,
still Chandler,
oh,
hands down.
Chandler's amazing.
His
I
quick
mean,
wit.
obviously Matthew Perry, rest in peace. But it's like I do miss. Yeah, Chandler's a fantastic character. Like to actually make a character like that is incredible. But they are, it does have its flaws, like everything else. It of course has its flaws, but
Yeah.
yeah, I do miss I miss the idea of a good sitcom though, like like nothing has ever hit like that for me since Friends. Like, I mean, even if I love Big Bang Theory, that went ages ago, years ago that finished. So it's like there's nothing like that anymore. There's
Is
nothing
there
that
not like a
people.
new one now? Is like of anything?
No, no, not really. I mean, I can't. I don't know. I mean, I don't really follow everything, but I can't think of anything on top of my head that's like it. I mean, Modern Family is quite good if you've ever watched that as well. That's quite funny.
I
Not
really
Going
enjoyed that
Out
when I
is my
watched that.
favorite.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of
Not
dead now, though.
It's
I
not
think that's
That
dead.
like
They're
is
for the
still
rest of the
definitely
making a
dead.
new
years.
series.
Are they though?
Yeah, where he's in
Are
like
they?
where he's married and everything in the house.
I thought that all ended.
No, still going. He's just recording the 1% Club, which I watch. Well, me and my whole family watch and play along. I've gotten all the way before. It's
He's
very
gone all the way,
Yeah.
everyone.
It was a very hard questions
I bet it was.
to get to the
But
1%
yeah,
Club.
yeah, I've done that. I've what you call it? Watched that a few times. They're not. I don't think they're that hard. Their questions, as much as like
They look
arrogant as may
easy
sound,
on paper, but then when you try to do
it,
it, you can get them wrong quite easily.
it's a lot of wordplay. That's
Yeah.
the problem I have. It's actually not. They're not logic. They're more like, oh, I don't know if you've seen it, Ruska, but it's like,
I have no idea
um,
what this is.
no, basically it's a quiz show where it like literally goes to 1%. So the last question is like 1% of people that they basically asked this question got
Oh,
it
hang
right.
on. It's
So
pointless.
No.
no,
It sounds remarkably
no,
close
because
to the concept of
it
pointless.
starts off 100% or
It
no
means
90%.
that
That
the
is what
questions
pointless does too.
No,
no,
it's nothing like it. It's fine. Don't worry. but anyway, like what I was going to say is, it's like Yeah, the questions are a bit like strange. They're like they're not they're logic thinking, like in a way, like of not like a general knowledge question. I'm trying to think of a good example, but it's basically like wordplay in a way. Like it's oh, what was one I saw the other day? It basically, although the answer was in the question, if you see what I mean. So it was like the word was actually there. It was like, what do you get when you take this of then blah blah blah. Or something like wholesome was the answer. But it was like when you take away whole, you get when you dig a hole, it's like stuff like that, and the answer was wholesome. It's like almost like a riddle. It's just that sort of mentality which I don't really like, and I don't really think it takes much to sort of like not. I guess it is brain power, but I don't know. It's
Oh,
just
here's one.
it's.
Your mum calls you in for dinner on a Monday at 8 p.m. For the rest of the week, she calls you in half an hour earlier each day. On Saturday night, the clocks go back an hour. What time does she call you in for dinner on Sunday?
Well, it could be any fucking time.
I didn't hear the question, but I'm just going to say it was the time that it originally was. I don't know. Didn't you hear it?
I've got the question, but I don't actually have the answer.
Oh, for
Oh,
God's
what's the
sake.
point then?
I'm trying to find the
That's
answer.
pointless.
But I tell you what made me laugh, right? There was one. So the 90% is like 90% of people obviously got it right. So, in other words, easy as hell. And there was a thing saying what it was two pictures, and it said, what word do you get adding these pictures together, basically? And it was a dog and it was a thermometer. Now, what would you like a thermometer showing it was like quite high? What would you say was the answer to that? So, thermometer first, then a dog. What would you say?
A hot dog.
Exactly. Do you know about 15 people went out on that question? And they were like, heat dog? Temperature dog? Like, oh yes, because what else is it gonna be? What else could it even be? Like, that's just ridiculous. Honestly, it's so stupid. I just
Heat
found it
dog.
so hilarious. Yeah, and then people were like,
Temperature
"Well, I
dog.
just, I just guessed. I didn't know. I had no idea." And it's like, why are you on this show, man? Why are you here? Oh,
It's just when like the answer, like before they reveal the answer, that all the lights go off for people who got it wrong.
yeah, it really embarrasses you. It basically
Doof,
like
doof.
shows who got it wrong. It's like, and there's like all these people with stupid faces. It was so funny. I mean, some of them are quite. And Lee Mack is actually quite good
Yeah,
host. I
I
have to
like
be
Lee Mack
honest.
because he's so quick with like one-liner like
Yeah.
jokes.
It is
But
funny.
also,
I like the Mac.
it's post watershed as well. So of course you can be a bit more like loose with what you say, which is nice as well actually because you can be a bit more like he's making all these like sexual jokes and stuff, and it's like yeah, it's quite funny actually for a quiz show. It's just weird to see, but it's also quite funny. But yeah, no, that's what I can't remember what we were even talking about if we started on a 1% club. It's just
Friends
gone off completely.
and
Yeah, well, basically
sitcoms.
Yeah,
it's sitcoms.
that was a tangent in itself.
Yeah,
But
Uh,
yeah,
of something I definitely don't remember now. So, but yeah, no, I guess. Well, I mean, we should probably wrap it up really because we are sort of heading over
let's
I
quite a
go
think
bit.
that
on
is
all
probably
night.
a good time.
Yeah, I think it's a good time
The
to
All
good
Night
time to
WAS
call it quits.
podcast.
When we do our 24-hour race/podcast, we will do it then.
Racecast.
Racecast, yes, exactly.
uh,
Podcast.
Um,
Reska got anyone to raid on his end?
I do have someone I'd like to raid actually.
That what
Who's
you're saying?
that? Me?
It is racing VTuber Egg
Oh no.
Omet.
Egg?
But she Egg Omet,
Are they
yes.
an egg?
No, but I'm gonna assume they're an omelet. But anyway,
Nice.
um, they are not racing right now. It's an art stream, but specifically they are
Ooh.
3D modeling, sim racing shifter all thing. But they got chill
Shitty.
music and while they model and chat. So does that
Fair.
sound good?
Yeah. Oh
Fair.
God, Rescue, send me the name. I'm just staring at this bear. Oh my God.
There is no
The
name
bear
below
is
the
There's
bear.
no
there is
escape
hideous.
from
You
the
see the
bear.
pedo she's
So
done. I haven't
I'm.
seen the
shall we get the bear?
pedo, but I have seen. Obviously, I've seen like Lith's wheelbase model he has. So that was obviously a Mets work as well, some time ago
I'm
now.
going to post the bear in the WAS server just to scare everyone.
Are you initiating the raid
Nightmares.
now?
Uh, oh, for frick's sake, because I copied the freaking picture, the name's gone. Hang on.
What?
I copied the
It's-
name and didn't realize after copying the picture, the name will disappear. But yes, I've
you can
initiated the raid.
enable clipboard history in
Ah,
Windows, by the way,
I've
which you may
initiated the
want to
raid.
disable.
I'll guess yes, it's a
Yeah.
WAS raid because it's all of us, and it's a WAS Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed our latest podcast, and we will be back with some more streams. Hopefully, I will soon, probably tomorrow or the day after. Hopefully, I need to pick a game.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Reska's got some racing, I think, on his schedule.
Yeah, right. I'm racing on Friday, IndyCar night, which I hopefully won't cancel in favor of practice for Saturday. And after that, the big race on Saturday, which again I might not stream.
Oh,
Good schedule so far. No, I think I will. It'll be fine. So yeah, that's 8 hours of spa with Ruby for Samantha Tan racing. Big day. And then on Sunday, I do a fixed Indy 500 followed by virtual oval at Kansas. So busy weekend.
nice. Good.
Yes, and we'll drag Guy to one of the streams to try and get him streaming. So, tally ho.
Bye.
Goodbye.